protect your soul.
Nightmares creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire.
All right, how you guys all doing today? Looks like I can zoom it in a bit. All right, there we go.
It's
Everybody,
amazing.
let's basically welcome everybody from Favor One and DroPodCast. If I can say that damn thing right, I apologize because I think the DRO is lowercase and I keep stopping at Dro. Thank you so much, Favor One, for hosting us and giving us the opportunity to be on your channel. And I have to say, man, again, this is because of you, man. You started dressing up this way, and it's toxic, man. Very toxic. Don't make us dress professionally. Damn you, Faber. That's what happens when you bring positivity to the environment, and positivity basically gets answered. And Faber One brought that in the beginning before I had a chance to see anything. So Faber One is here right now. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, good, man. I mean, you're stealing all the Planet Woman away from me with that look. So
I didn't even know. Okay, we got to talk about that question about Planet Women. I'll bring that up on my stream. That's fine. I cannot believe it. That it's actually a thing. The idea of being a streamer, quote unquote, and getting Planet Women. So we'll make that into a debate topic at the very end. Oh, there's the airborne. This guy right here. That's my brother right there, dude. Thanks for stopping by, brother. And we've got a couple faces in here already in Stream Live. If you are a leader, if you are a representative of your outfit, I want to give you that voice today because I know there's going to be a lot of players that wish. Thank you so much, Amara, for the follow, man. I really appreciate it. But one of the things I want you guys to know is this is your chance to have a voice based off of Faber One's overview. We just had a chance to hear his questions. They were identifying beautiful things in Planetside 2. I couldn't have thought of those topics, and that's basically something I really appreciate about Faber One bringing it to the community. So if you want to basically go over those questions, if you have your own personal questions, hop in voice chat. I'm going to announce the players that are here. Not all players here need to talk, but I'm just going to show you that these individuals are currently here in my Discord. I'm going to show you the Discord channel so you can actually stop by and have a chance to speak. And the individuals are... Oh, nice. We got some new faces showing up. And there's still more faces coming. We've got Halion over here. We've got Murderface, Dim Giant, Faber One, GR Kotic, Mukos, Nico 101, Rapid, Sir Psychonautics, and a lot of these faces are your content creators. A lot of these faces are your Switch streamers, and I cannot wait to get a chance at. And look at this, more faces are hopping in. Thank you guys for stopping by, and we're just gonna go based off of a couple things. Thank you so much, Buffalo Man. I'm gonna be focusing on Faber One right now because that was his drop podcast and asking personal questions because he was just asking questions. It's time to basically pick and get into that Faber One good-looking man's head and identify more about this guy. We want to give him the focus first. Faber One, man, how you been? And how do you become that good-looking? Like, what do you do? Like, what do you prep first before you come on stream?
Well, you're born as a ginger. From there on, you just start rolling, man. I don't know. People start comparing me to, what is it called again? The singer?
Austin Powers?
Not Ed Sheeran. I love to. No,
Ed Sheeran is great. That's a good actual reference, I have to say. Thank you so
Rick
much,
Astley.
Smuglock,
Rick
for the
Astley
follow,
is-
buddy. I appreciate it.
Rick Astley.
And Irish
Never
Potato
gonna-
Man, thank you so much for the follow. Sorry, guys, if I'm not reading chat. All of you guys that are currently in here, if you guys want to do at them and just give them love, I'm focusing on you right now, Faber. I'm looking right at you. So
Conan O'Brien.
we want to, if you're interested in giving us a little tips and tricks about how you start from like, you know, looking at your looks, you shave, and like you just got your hair done. I have to do so much work in the bathroom before coming over your stream, man. That's something I had to do, man. At the prep, you just called me, and I was like, oh god, I'm ironing my shirt right now. I'll be right there, favorite one. And that was fun, man. Tell me more about your process.
Well, I don't think we should talk about what you're doing in the bathroom. Ooh.
Ah!
Oh.
Oh,
Faber, go ahead.
I don't know. I work at the office, and then this is the thing, you know. It's the same thing as in the office, but then with these straps.
That is unbelievable. This is your normal attire?
Yeah, right. It's just a shirt, right? Isn't it?
Dude, he
No,
comes
bro.
strapped.
You are like, if you look at the
Wow.
average outfit, we're talking, I'm a nerd, guys. So the average outfit, you are like 4 steps ahead of the average outfit. Like you literally are ready to go to a conference or a networking meeting, or basically going to any of these like top industry places. And I'm like, is this happening live on stream? Faber won. I just got a chance to see him before I even started stream. I'm like, okay, well, I gotta get to his level. I don't think I'm ever gonna get to that stage, but you know, you were dressing to impress, and you're one
I
of
gotta
the.
say, I went to a Dutch streamcon, like TwitchCon in the small, and I went in this outfit, the same outfit with the same bow tie, same suspenders, and people were like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Oh, kinky.
Yeah.
Favors my
That's
inspiration
hot.
for men's fashion. Really, I look to him for guidance on men's fashion.
It's true.
I mean, yeah.
He's
It
the
is
cover
very
model.
classy. It is classy.
No, once you start playing Vanu, you learn about spandex, and that's all you need.
Are we gonna be, is he hinting toward a spandex stream? Ooh.
Hold on a second. When did the spandex begin? And then was this also part of a work outfit, or this is basically something you brought into Twitch?
I think the spandex that's part of the religion, right, of being a Vanu.
Oh yeah.
is
being a
it?
Vanu.
Yeah, it's
Yes, it
definitely
is.
part of their part of their book.
So
right?
Faber one, you're a Vonu
Archie,
player.
you cannot resist.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Hey, look
I
at this
play
right
in the
now. I'm a TR player. I got my TR looks right behind me, man. We do our thing, you know. I'm just trying to represent people to let them know, like, join me and together. I'm just kidding. No, I don't think that's the TR model, is it? Just kidding.
Their outfits chafe too much, in my opinion.
Guys, make sure you guys say your names and then say who's talking, because we want people to know who's talking. We want to give you your brand and who you are. I'm going to try my best to go through everybody in Discord right now, and it's going to be very hard. There's some new faces. I want them to say hi, and then there's some faces I got a chance to already meet. I know Halo Conspiracies is from FIFA. Thank you for stopping by, buddy. We did a spotlight on him. We've got Halian, who's now the new top, and so she's representing the wild cards tonight, and she also Twitch streams. Murderface, oh my god, I got a chance to sit in his pilot seat, and I literally lost my and I'm like just sitting there like, give me a kill, and he got me the first kill in the Dalton seat. Thank you, buddy, for giving me that experience. He will murder your wait, you can't bleep that out. You can say face. Adele, man, it's great, man. I got a chance to meet him before Dim Giant when I came into Planetside 2, and he blew my mind with his squad lead, and I just couldn't stand even for a second doing anything but listening to these guys, and I just kept getting shot over and over again, and they were very entertaining from Dim Giant's Army. Arctic Man, new player. I didn't know if I actually had a chance to meet you, buddy. I'd love to get a chance to introduce yourself. Dim Giant, I started with Spiffy. Spiffy gave me an opportunity when I first came in the game, and honestly, these are the players, guys, that make the difference of Planetside 2. I come into proxy chat as like my first time playing back in July of 2019, just to test the game. My stuff is screwed up, everything is not working, and I just turned on the stream for 1 minute, and I used proxy chat as a test, and Spiffy immediately talks to me. I'm like, hey buddy, how you doing? And he's like, doing good, your voice sounds good. And I was like, and whatever it is. And then he goes off to tell me something else. It's like, are you a streamer? And I was like, oh well, yeah, my name is representing the TV right now at the moment. Yes, I am a streamer, but I'm beginning, I'm brand new. And he's like, let me go get you this guy, let me go and introduce you to this person. I'm like, wait, I haven't started yet. And then he starts throwing me invites to Dim Giant. And I'm like, already feeling overwhelmed. I'm like, I don't know what to do with this. I'm just starting. And then Dim Giant's so freaking nice that made me feel confident to come into this the community, Planetside 2 community. And that's the beginning of Spiffy, man. He's like a networking partner for content creators. Thank you, buddy, for making that happen for me and anybody else, giving me a chance to meet with Commander Sirius. And then you connected me with Faber1 and Mukas. There's a lot of arrows happening here, but you can get the idea. what I mean with all the connections that Spiffy did out there. So if you guys are also networking individuals, contact Spiffy and he'll tell you how he does it. And we would love more of that, getting all the content creators here together, having a chance to hear their voice and hear their personalities. And we want to grow Planetside 2 together, guys. That's what we've seen so far. I'm going to keep going down. Faber1, I didn't get a chance to talk to him verbally until today at DroPodCast on Faber1's channel on Twitch. And God, he brings out this energy out of everybody in that DroPodCast that like I had to sit professional. And I was like, oh, crap, here we go. Yes, sir. Of course, Faber. Yes. So it's like he's so professional. His outfit's there, and I have to say, like, great topic questions. How do you come up with your topic questions, and where do you get that research done?
Well, the community is bringing up all the good questions basically because people come in Discord, they come on the Twitter, they come on all the different places where you can connect with us, and they ask the questions, and the only thing we can do is actually channel it through, so we can talk about it basically.
That's awesome, man. Faber1, honestly, man, well done channeling that through you. Make sure you guys go and spam the crap out of his DMs on his Faber1 channel, wherever the hell you have to do to get your answers heard. Faber1's doing a great job on that. Thanks, man. I'm going to keep going down the list to introduce the rest of the people that are in this voice chat. We got JR Chronic, is also a Twitch streamer. I don't think he currently streams for Planetside 2. He does some very fun things on Hearthstone. I got a chance to see, and also on Minecraft. He's like trying to do this. What are you doing? If you don't mind explaining to everybody.
Yeah, I play hardcore Minecraft on my stream most of the time, and then I've been doing some Hearthstone. I do variety mostly, but my hardware is the big limitation. I'm trying to overcome that soon. So I'll be streaming Planetside in about 2 months here when I get a new PC.
He's representing the Guardian Shield, and he's also a captain. He's the one I got a chance to see on my second Spotlight outfit. I don't know how many times I had to push the U button every single 10 seconds and run to the next location, get in my galaxy, fly down, drop, move, drop, move. I'm like, how? What is happening? It's like 8 points already secured. People are coming in. Move, Archie, go. And I'm like, okay, this is insane. It's like fourth day playing. This is incredible. And so that's what Guardian Shield taught me very quick, rapid deployment. And I was in his alpha squad, and we had a chance to connect after that. And that's when we became good friends. Thank you, JR Chronic, for giving me that experience in Guardian Shield NC and Emerald, I believe, correct?
Yes.
That's awesome. And Mukas, oh man, this guy, love him. He's the first YouTube video I got a chance to see that teach me how to get my first kill. I literally was so salty. I mean, literally, I've never tasted salt until I played Planetside 2. And so I'm sitting there running every single day, and I had to change my title to say, please let me get a kill. And I was hoping that veteran players would just see my name and not shoot me, but it didn't happen. You guys are so beautiful, you beautiful people. And at the same time, when I got a chance to like see Mukas's video, it gave me confidence, got the silencer on, got the soft point ammunition. I started learning repositioning and finally flanking people and getting the headshots needed. And that dot in the middle of your screen, guys. If you don't have a dot in the middle of your screen, you are seriously nerfing yourself, man. Either you're going to use this very overpowered product right here, and then you're just going to tape the middle of your screen and dab a little bit of ink in the middle of it, so that way you got that middle dot, or you're going to get the reassurance and stat tracker or the monitor overlay, or there's a lot of things out there. Please talk to everyone in chat. They'll teach you all about it. But this is literally the most expensive product you can invest in. So if you don't have that dot in the middle of your screen, I feel really bad for you in Planetside 2. I mean, honestly, you should uninstall right now. I'm just kidding.
You're funny, man. You know, that's you who motivated me to do the video about what was it called? The noob tutorial. Right after I saw your stream where you were trying the infiltrator class with the sneaky loadout.
Yep.
I saw you're having so much trouble. I was like, let's do a small video with the noob tutorial.
Oh, you're amazing.
To just give the basics. But the live stream was hilarious, man. Like I saw you kicking butt, man, and I thought you didn't use the right weapon. If I had told you, I would have advised you to use the jackal. You know.
Yeah, I didn't know any of this stuff, man. I came in, there's implants all of a sudden. There's just so much UI differences, and like I didn't know.
Used the small SMG with the big mag and kicked ass, and I was like, I need to get this SMG. I don't have it.
That was amazing. Yeah. I mean, Mukas, listen, guys, listen to Mukas. He's one of our top players that actually gives information out in content creating. He teaches you how to shoot people in the face properly, and he's got a very beautiful voice where it makes you want to keep listening. And guys, listen, Mukas knows his
just
shit,
having
man.
fun, man.
I'm not joking, man. And not only that, I'm going to give you guys a side note. during the Drop podcast for Faber 1, he was still playing the game on Planetside and multitasking with us.
Yeah.
Only
is
Mukas could do that.
I'm still playing right now. This is good.
Oh, so he's doing it as he's talking to us.
cannot
Brilliant.
believe
What a
that.
madman.
I'm
What a
jumping
madman.
around
Already
for the lightning
extending.
right now.
There's
Oh,
nothing
man.
else
No
you
break.
can't do.
I just see
No
for the
stop.
lightning.
We're going to
The
go with
ultimate
another individual.
multitasker.
I'm going to keep going down the list, give a chance to say hi, and I'm going to go back at the list to say hi to the new players that just hopped in. Nico 101, man. Great, man. I got a chance to connect with him. I got a chance to see some of his YouTube content, and then all of a sudden Nico shows up, and I was like, please, somebody get me connected with him, and somebody got me connected. We start talking, and we bonded very quickly. He is literally so funny. I cannot wait for him to come back in Twitch. Please give him a warm welcome for coming back, and he's done a lot of work for Planetside 2 back in the day. And Nico, how you been, man?
Yeah, good.
Dude, I love you, man.
So,
Thanks for stopping by.
Feels good to be to be engaging again. That's the main thing. So don't know. See how things go, but just go and buy a grain of salt, one grain of salt at a time.
Seriously, man. We've got now Rapid over here. Rapid and I, we connected with JR Chronic's outfit and this Guardian Shield, and his platoon leading in cooperation with JR Chronic's squad leading was unbelievable. He's very professional. I love the level of enthusiasm / professionalism he represented. And he was so freaking humble when I asked him, like, are you the leader? He's like, no, I'm just the platoon leader. It's a thought at the moment. We should basically give credit to other people. I was like, well done, buddy. And then so from there we talked some more, and he got me connected to Vindicator's outfit up in the air, and he gave me a chance to see what it looks like to be part of the dev private test server, and we went over some of the NDA agreements, which didn't exist. It was a word of mouth where you have to do your best to represent yourself. So that means everyone, guys, on Planetside 2 who were a part of that dev private test server, which was a formal agreement of respect, you guys literally did such a great job of being respectful to the developers, not having to send any NDA contracts out, and we kept it hush-hush, gave the chance for the developers to post their development podcast or stream, and it was such a huge success for everyone, man. And I want to say thank you to everybody who did not basically spread the awareness of what's happening on the dev stream and ruining the opportunity for them to deliver it the way they wanted. And great work, and thank you, Rapid, for giving me that invite. And I didn't know.
Applause.
Hold on, I gotta tell.
This year,
You know,
bring
that's-
those people inside, please. I want more.
Sorry. Okay, we're gonna keep. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Sekirius is with us here as well as a European boy. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm fine. You know.
Thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. I'm gonna keep going down the list, and I want to learn about all of you guys. Make sure you guys say who you are in the chat so people know who you got, who you're representing, and other things like that. And Sir Psychonautics, I have a chance to actually see him live stream. He's a new Twitch streamer coming to the works. He's from Dim Giants Army. He had some troubles with people stream sniping him. He figured it out, and he's like basically building confidence every single day. And I cannot wait to see more of you, Sir Psychonautics, and running platoon leads and shooting people in the face. He got a chance to work with Prepender from Recursion. He got some infantry training from Prepender from Recursion. So if you guys really think Recursion is scary, they're actually people. They're real people, and they actually want to teach anybody of any class, any server. And so Prepender is a trainer, and get a chance to give him the respect he needs. And he's very intelligent when it comes to giving those tips and tricks in person, while Mukas is giving you content on YouTube. And there's other content creators like Commander Sirius, who comes around and basically gives you some valuable info about heavy assaults and engineers. Those are the two YouTube videos I got a chance to see. Other than that, Sir Psycho, man, thanks for stopping by, man.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
And then I've got this individual at the very bottom, you madman, dude. He is a true madman, dude. I'm not joking. Not only is he a lead for B-Way, and he will show you the way. I'm just kidding. Basically, he's also a community lead for Planetside 2. He went around spreading awareness about Steam reviews and giving everybody a chance to help Planetside 2, Rogue Planet, be seen by new players. And he spread awareness on Reddit. He spread awareness with other outfit leads. And I believe he's now doing other things, helping it behind the scenes. He hasn't told me what he's been doing. And Dr. Moneypants, also from Western Tactical and Friends, is also doing the same thing, spreading awareness on Reddit about Steam reviews and pushing it to the 90% mark. We got it from 82% up to 85%. Unbelievable, guys. Well done. We got that extra 3% needed, and we're almost there. 5% more before the patch hits, and that would be huge for new players coming in. But of course, we have an issue with that. I'm going to ask Faber One to describe in just a minute as I go back to the top. The new players that just hopped in. We've got Lord Cray. Thank you so much from 666. I actually spotlighted their outfit, and he was the streamer from Twitch. And we also got Apollo, who's also a Twitch streamer, a good friend of mine. I love his banter and the level of respect him and I actually had from PSA. Taught me how to shoot. He was the first person that taught me how to change my loadout in PSA and feel more confident in the game. And of course, at first he was like, pulling me and like tugging me and pushing me and shooting me in the face 450 times. After then, he finally taught me. Really good guy. Now he's new outfit called Amex.
Okay.
No more toxicity, man. You're freaking awesome, man. Thanks for teaching me, and thanks for sticking around and joining us in Planetside too. And now we're gonna go and give a chance to have oh my God, people are just hopping in from every direction. Let's give Not Soldier. Thanks for stopping by. Always a pleasure to have you, man. And you, Madman, I skipped over you. I have a chance to speak about what are you doing for community Planetside too at your level as a leader at B-Way at Emerald VS.
I mean, right now, just I'm working on outfit internal stuff, and just helping. We've got some internal things that I've been focusing on at the moment. Like
Very
for
cool.
example, we just did a medic workshop yesterday, hosted by our other lead, IV6 Bolters, and it's as always just ever looking to improve our players and the community around us.
That's freaking awesome, man. Well done, man. And at the same time, I heard some players from Rapid, not Rapid, the Last Ravens, and they told me that they had an all-time high of recruitment and 2 platoons. They're running 2 full platoons. Any platoon leaders, outfit leaders can tell me about the level of recruitment you've just received from your outfits. I'm going to go from the top and go down, and we're looking at, we're going to go start with Halion. Halion, tell me more about your outfit. How much has the wildcard received in recruitment?
I would say with new recruitment, maybe not like pretty steady, but the biggest thing for us is just how many people are coming back to the game. A lot of veterans are coming back and rejoining the Discord and rejoining the game, and we're often now having on prime time up to 3 full platoon, and that's kind of what's expected now, with most of them being outfit members. Of course, we always
Did
keep
you say
our
3? Like very mildly and just nothing happened?
yeah.
Battled.
So it's very constant now with how many players we have on, that we'll have 3 full platoons, with the majority of each being wildcards members. But of course, we always keep them public. So
Who's leading these
we
3
always have-
platoons? I know Halion, you're representing the top, and who else is leading the platoons?
So we've been struggling a lot with getting more people to step up for platoon lead.
Yeah, that's the hardest thing of all time.
And I think
Well
we
done, Sir
finally,
Psycho.
with everything that's coming through, and with the outfit updates and people going to want to have those permissions, we're finally getting more people to step up, like pushing for people in our in the wild cards to sign up for community officer, to sign up for being what we called a wild platoon lead, where it's just you're someone that we can depend on in game to run the platoons. And we're looking for more of those people to step up, and thankfully we have. And we've been quite surprised with how many people are stepping up to take over platoon and squad lead, because there was definitely a lull a few months ago where we couldn't get people to stand up for it, and I was starting to get burnt out because I was always stepping up for platoon lead every day. And actually ended up taking a couple month break on accident because I was so burnt out that I just couldn't open the game for a while.
Everybody heard you guys. Listen up, wildcards. Step it up. Help her out. Give her a chance to basically have a relaxing time in your squad as platoon lead. I know it's very hard to take the shoes of Halion or any other platoon leader out there. The level of confidence you need to basically move a platoon. I'm going to tell you guys my tips and tricks is to introduce them and let them know what kind of style they are afterwards. And that way, when everybody gets a chance to see the platoon lead to switch, It helps everyone transition properly, so that way they know that they don't have to introduce themselves. They've been respected by the previous platoon lead. That's my tips and tricks that I did as a platoon leader, and I've seen Halion do that as well. Great work at the wild cards, by the way, Halion.
Thank you, thank you.
And then we got Dim Giant. I'm probably skipping over 3 people right now just to confirm if who are you platoon leads, Dim Giant, and how are you growing new platoon leaders in your outfit?
Oh, I have several legacy members who have been here with me since the beginning. I built the outfit based off of an old cult of personality structure, just because I figured that would be the most stable thing for an outfit that was going to be the size it became.
Oof.
Yes, emphasis on the word cult. I'm a Mormon. I'm well trained in cultish rituals and making communities like that. So I figured I'd take that, transfer it over to Planetside, and look, it's worked a trick.
Dude,
It's
I'm
worked a trick.
serious,
They
man.
call me a god. I have succeeded. My cultural
His
mandate.
name inside the Discord is literally God Emperor.
Yeah, I just need to have like 5 Planetside wives, and we'll seal the deal. It'll be-
That's too good,
all,
man.
all the
Wife
stereotypes.
Is there any
fulfilled.
platoon leaders here that you'd like to call out?
There are actually. And these guys have made my life so much easier because
You guys
as
heard
know,
him. You heard him, guys. If you want Dim more often, help him out. Keep going, Dim. Who's the people?
As Sir Psychonautic and Adele know too well. For the first 8 or 9 months of the outfit, I pretty much exclusively
Well done,
built
Adele.
it and ran it myself, to the point where we got about 1,500 active members, and then that was like too much for me, so we started trimming the outfit back a little bit. And as I focused more on content creation, these guys and several others have stepped up to take my place. And I think we've just developed a really tight rapport and good relationships for such a long time that whenever I take a break and I just say, hey, could one of you guys help me out while I'm gone for the weekend taking care of this project I'm working on, they step up. And they take time out of the day to do something that's a bit difficult and taxing for a Planetside player. And they've made it a lot easier to maintain an outfit that's now more like 500 or 600 active players. And we keep pretty stable at that level.
Wow, well done, man. And Adele and Sir Psychonautic, thanks for stopping by as platoon leads. Adele, would you like to say anything?
I don't really think so.
No problem, man. Thanks for stopping by, and thanks for
yeah,
making
but
that
thank you.
a
You're
lot
making me
easier for
blush,
Dim.
Dim.
Guys, I'm gonna go. Archie, I have a last request.
Of course, Mukas, what's up, buddy?
I came to this after party just to ask you if you can do some kind of tutorial to explain how to broadcast sounds in the game.
Okay.
Like Poonanners was used to do, you know? Just broadcast sound, modify your voice to make it for some more funny moments. Like, hey, let's go, and you broadcast rock music if you're in the NC.
Okay,
Something
so
like that. This would be epic.
So you're looking for humor in proxy chat, right? Humor.
Yeah.
And you're looking what else? Are you looking for like fixing your microphone volume to make sure it doesn't tear anybody's ears apart?
No, honestly, just how to broadcast sound using your mic or sound you already recorded on your computer, how to broadcast them on in-game.
I'm going to look at Nico 101. Nico 101 has a great way of basically bringing that. He just came back into 2020. I'm going to drop that on Nico. Nico, do you have ideas?
Yeah, so the easiest way to do that, and now I understand what you're saying, your question earlier, is you just need to buy a stream deck. It's as simple as that. Elgato do a thing called a stream deck, and you're able to then relay stuff from the stream deck, like music and bits and bobs. Yeah, exactly like that, straight into the game. And then in a combination with Voice Meter Banana and obviously Voice Mod as well to be able to change your voice. That will be enabled you to be able to do that. But yeah, like
whenever you're salty, you go, I'm so salty.
Oh my! Why? Okay.
This kind of shit.
There's also a $6 application on Steam called
we have
Soundpad,
to
which is basically
clear
just a soundboard you can bind key bindings to and such. It's super simple and easy.
Sorry, what's the name?
I use Soundpad.
Soundpad.
It's like $5 USD.
Yep. I use
Steam.
Voice Mod Pro, and that gives me a ton of different voices to work from. Like, you can sit here acting like Faber 1 and be like,
There's so much happening. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Faber 1. I'm getting shot. I'm looking beautiful at the same time.
Wow. Hey, Archie, Madman here.
Madman, how you doing, buddy? Please explain to me about your platoon lead. Same question to you.
Well, actually, just I was gonna. I a little bird told me that we might be seeing pretty soon.
I heard that's what Faber 1 just described on his channel about Poo Niners. I did see him in real life. I don't know if he was gonna remember me from 7 years ago, but at the same time, I would look forward to basically bringing him the community as fast as we can. If anybody has direct connections with him, Spiffy, you know your networking partner. I want you to go find other networking people who want to basically get content creators from other spaces. I don't know if we're ready for it. Mofker and Nico, if you guys have been talking, if that channel server that we just what we created together is ready for new players' faces, I will announce it again later if at a later time. If I can get confirmation from Nico and Mofker if they're ready for that server. If not, we'll spend more time on it and finalizing it, and we'll describe it later. Other than
Alright,
that,
guys, thanks for the tips.
Mofker, I mean, Mokos, man, honestly, thanks for stopping by the server with Faber1 and the DroPodCast and actually using your voice and actually turning on your webcam. It's great to see you and your face. Please put it on your face. We want to hear your voice while you do those videos as well if you're interested in that. That's really cool. And it gives us a sense of satisfaction to see the person behind the scenes of how many people you get killed by. It kind of gives us a target to throw darts at. I'm just
Yeah, I'll try to do this when I'll stream.
That's awesome, man.
See
Thanks
you
for
guys.
doing that.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
Bye.
Take care,
Bye.
Mukas. I'm going to go
Great
back to
stream. Bye-bye.
Faber1 on the question that he had earlier. And you said a question that you ended on the stream. Do you want to bring that question back up?
Oh, sure, no problem. So, what should be the next update for Planetside 2, basically? What should be the next phase?
And so we're going to go and basically start doing it this way. Just because this is going to be very difficult to go drop each and every single one person, go ahead and do the @ on chat and say, I have a question about what Faber1 describes. So that way you can maintain topic. And so we'll go based off of that, or you can DM me personally, and then I'll go down that order. But for now, I'll go from the very bottom, and then I'll go up until people start actually asking me if they want to have a question on that. So same question to you, Faber1, to you, Madman. Do you have an idea about that?
I'm still
BS
thinking.
cat girls.
Skip me for now.
No problem. Sir Psychotic, we're going to go from there, and then Securis, Rapid, not Soldier, Nico, if you guys want to go ahead and say you have a question, sir, do you? Or
I'll go on and pass my.
Thank you so much, sir.
question up.
If you guys want to just use the word pass, Securis, I'm going to go up the line to give everybody a chance to answer that question.
Well, I would like to see like the new continent, definitely. Like
Okay.
the Ashur, finally.
And
Well,
do you
that's
think
for-
Osher is going to give a chance for the new... I need to write this question down. Faber1, can you type that question in somewhere in Discord so I can keep repeating that?
Sure.
And at the same time, I just got a brain fart for reading chat at the same time, trying to direct the people. I was like, what was the question again? Oh my god. Where are you going to be posting that if you don't mind? If you want to DM me the question, Faber1, I'll always focus with you on that, and then I'll maintain that with each other.
Will do.
Thank you so much. And so, Securis has said he wants a new continent. And of course, guys, when we give you these opinions, we're not here asking you to get very frustrated because there are more priority topics. We're just asking these people to use their voices, and we want to hear what everybody wants. This isn't a place to tell developers, hey, you heard it here live, you're going to do that tomorrow. No. This is just a fun little banter of zones of people that want to basically give their voice out and what they want, so we can actually get a broad aspect of what we all like. We're not here to bash somebody who says because I want to see more spandex on girls in game, or we want to see guys where with like I'm just trying to tell you guys, I'm just throwing it out there. We're just throwing out those things to the developers to start making the next Overwatch outfits for Planetside, you know what I mean? Wink. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Faber1 just said to send the thing. What should be the next update for Planetside 2? And he said, oh, sure. We're going to go ahead and move over to Rapid. Rapid, do you have any ideas for the next update for Planetside 2?
So yeah, phase 2, I think they should work on the new player experience. With the release of Sanctuaries, it's perfect time because that's where new players are going to load into. That's where the tour could be held. And then the second thing I like to see is just mini goals, like base redesign. Redesign one base a month, and that's a change that people can get excited about. They're like, ooh, make a lasting impact, and it doesn't take too much effort, you know. Baby steps, because a whole new continent is just a lot to be like, oh, phase 2, a whole new continent. I'd rather see them just change the design or move around some bases.
I agree. I think that that could be a nice one too. I think Osher would be a nice little offset from the consistency of what we've been seeing for the last couple of years. I think the Outfit Wars new map is going to really bring new blood and new styles of gameplay. And I think you're right as far as the new player experience being a priority for next update as well. But is there anything else you want to add, Rapid, before I move over to the chat?
I think those are two big things that should be worked on.
Well said.
Not to interrupt Archie.
Please,
but
yeah.
I gotta dip real quick.
Thank you so much for stopping by, JR Chronic, and then I'd love to see you again soon. Take care, buddy. And
I wanted to add one more thing real quick. Just when it comes to that question, what Rapid said, look at like TI alloys and stuff like that. Like when they redesigned those bases, that was huge, and like that's a really popular base that people fight at all the time. But the one thing that I would almost like to see in the new phase stuff is almost like mini directives, kind of like the event stuff that they've done in the past. But I mean, maybe bring them back or something like that.
Okay.
I don't know. I just kind of like the cool rewards and stuff like that. I don't know. Right now,
Battle Pass.
all you get is like the Araxium stuff, and it's fine and all, but the models look kind of like whatever. I mean, we gotta look forward to like I Araxium my heavy assault, and now I kind of look like low poly blue, the color. You know, it's like whatever. I mean, I'm just saying, you know, I just feel like an update to that kind of stuff would almost just kind of like reward the players who've sunk a lot of time into the game and
I
stuff
agree.
like that, and
I
make
agree.
them, I don't know. You know,
Remember, these
it's
things are
something
going to
that
be very difficult for developers of 30 players to basically hit for 5,000 players. So we have all these ideas. It's great to think about. And also, guys, if you had your idea, because I know for a fact it's going to be in my head at micro doses, please make sure you guys type your comments on hotfix ideas. I do look over that details. I look into ways to basically make it clear, concise, bullet format for when I go and have a chance to sit with content creators to discuss what are the top things that we should go and focus on. And then I can broadcast that to you. And I think Faber One does a great thing with that, and I'm looking forward to hearing what is his thoughts as far as how we can deliver proper information, clear, concisely, without blowing up the thoughts of the developers watching the stream. And so the hotfixes on my channel is one place. I think Faber One, I'm going to ask him as soon as we get to his name, where your questions can be sent to Faber One, and then also all of the content creators, if they wish to receive that type of information, this is the time to tell them to tell you. And so we're going to go and say goodbye to Gajera Chronic. He just left us. I'm just kidding. Let's think about the next individual. So we're gonna go to chat, and then we're gonna go back to the from chat over to Not Soldier next. And so right now in chat, I got Halo Conspiracies. Will NSO be free in the next update? That is a good question. Put that in the hotfix.
I really have to know. I must know. Will NSO ever be free?
I don't know if it will be. I don't know if it's a good idea or a bad idea, because then it will actually be an interesting dynamic of their a loss of income on their part. Remember, you always have to think business first, and then you got to think pleasure. So if you think business first and then pleasure, and you tie those two together, you finally have done something successful in moving your game in the right direction. So you have to think about what they need to survive and get paid their monthly and their yearly statements of $4 million a year or whatever it is, because each person gets paid a set salary. And so you calculate that, and then you identify your patch delivery. Is it going to make them money, or is it going to destroy their business and make it to where they're just working for free? Like right now, I am working for free for a year. I can't survive past a year. It's impossible. But
Archie Madman here.
What's up, Madman?
All right, yeah. Hey, so the probably so the one thing that's hurting their business the most at this exact moment is most likely going to be the number of players currently waiting in a spawn room to go fight on a continent. And it could be because continent balances or whatever. There's no in-game indication to tell them where these players need to go. To segue back to NSO, let's say they should be using, like, I believe that they should be using these NSO characters as helping people get into the game and playing while they're waiting. So what would happen is, I want to go play, right? I want to go play my blue character, right? Because I love my jackhammer. But Dim just pulled his entire, outfit online, and now it's 41% blue.
You just blew my mind, Madman.
So I'm like, all right, fine. I
You're a
click
mad man, honestly, with
Right?
that idea. Can you please put that in the hotfix ideas and put that right now, because I'm going to write this up, and afterwards when I have a chance to go and sip on my coffee and look over the notes. That is an incredible idea. Came from Halo, boosted it up from Madman. That's ingenious, because then no one sits in the queue. As soon as you click the queue to go in, it makes you into an NSO character. You can have fun running around with the other teams, and you're like, you know what? I hate NC. I'm going to shoot everyone. Then you're screwed if you start team going. Don't do that. But you get the idea. You can play, have fun, and then those certs actually in turn will make your character get more certs, so you're not wasting your time on another character. But that is an incredible hard development task, because you're now adding a third character to it. So I'd be very interested to see if those certs can be translated back to your main character. Those are the complications that I got to think about, and then how we can talk to the devs at one point in time in our history to get more information out of them, if that's going to be a good fix for sitting at the spawn.
I mean, from a programmer's perspective, not super difficult, but
With
yeah,
the
it would
spaghetti.
probably.
Remember, this is a spaghetti server of 7 years ago. Now
So
the
I
new
mean,
games I agree.
everyone,
Hundreds of millions
any
of lines
code
of
that's
code.
not your own is spaghetti.
Right. So
The NS Ops were supposed to replace the NS Black Ops. That was a Planetside 1 feature where they'd handpick a group of people and they would give them like space katanas and such, special weapons and stuff like that for it. NSO was the Planetside 2 equivalent of that, but they decided let's put it in with the membership so the people who pay 30, 40, or a majority of the salary of the workers get something out of it. Because if you give NSO to everyone, they have to think of something new to add.
That makes sense.
so it-
So let me
and it's
let me
gonna-
just make sure we are
Well,
on the same
flip
page for this.
side, if I might add.
Please add to that, and
this
after
is-
Adele, we're gonna go back to the Twitch chat. Go ahead.
On the flip side, like obviously when you pay for membership, that's how they incentivize you to pay for it, is giving you benefits such as skipping the queue and getting NSO. But
Adele's
at that
actually
point,
hit
free to
the
play
point.
players are not even able to play. So why would they even want to get a membership if they can't even like play half the time,
Well
especially
said.
during like
Actually, if you're under BR15, you skip queue.
Yep, that's true.
It's just in the game.
That's cool. It's just it
Well,
means that
there you go,
after
good
15,
point.
that makes they already have a solution for that. But Madman, that was a great idea. So it looks like anybody above 15 will have to basically choose to support this support the community and the game if they wish to get into that queue. So I think the idea of them waiting is actually a priority now because it makes sense. I mean, you think about anything else, you pay at Disneyland to get in the front of the line, or you wait in line for 4 hours just to get in the same line. So it's up to you
Yeah.
guys.
I don't.
One thing I think they could do is they could add like a hysteresis for like the overpop instead of like making it everything has to be like 33, 33, 33 plus or minus 1. Maybe like increase that percentage to like maybe plus or minus 3 or 4.
No, it's because it's 100%
let's say
population
there's,
on the
like-
entire thing. That's what they're trying to
Yeah,
do.
there is going to be like underpop, but then like when you have let's say the wild cards.
They did that.
Have, like,
they did
an
that
option at one
for the
night.
666's outfit. They had literally 39 to 21% for VS, and they were in queue, and it was just stuck like that for a while. And they basically had over 5 to 10% almost increase over them. And then finally, when the op began, it was equalizing. But that was just an example of the issues that they had to figure out. But we'd love to know more about that. We're gonna put stop on that. Go to the hotfix ideas, put more questions up there, so that we can get more people's chances, voices to be heard.
In the meantime, Rel did tweet that they're going to try opening more continents during prime time to account for how absurd the queues have been lately. That's going to be able to work for every server, I think, except for Emerald, from what I've been told.
No way,
Which
dude. Emerald's the one that did it. We had
Oh, I know.
2,100 people last night. What do you mean?
I know, but it's also the one that didn't get this hardware upgrade. The only one. So
Yeah,
for
I
some
remember that.
reason, I don't understand. It was the only one that didn't get one of the
So
hardware upgrades.
we'll get
so it'll
more
be too
notes
late.
on that, guys, because we don't want to go down that path right now, because I know what would happen if we go and continue that topic. So I'm going to put on stop, and then we're going to go to the chat again, because I want to respect those guys in chat because they don't have a voice, and those people above us that don't have a voice. I know we're very passionate. I'm going to say some fun stuff right now. We got SS. I can't say the name, but it's Sidis and Tick. He says at ArchTV, we need Mukas dartboard. So I'm going to talk about that in a minute. And then, do you guys want more content creator faces as dartboards and just merchandise? Those are some ideas for you, Faber One, and also ideas for you, Dim. People want to see more content creator merchandise out there, so think about that. And already people are interested in the Rel T-shirt and the Rel headband. You saw that earlier with Dim. So let's go down again with the Halo conspiracies. He talked about his topic already, and then here we got TM Bink. He's from FIFA, and he says expansion on war assets and ASP Phase 2. And mini continents like Nexus and KOTOR for low pop hours and those in queues. If anybody wants to describe that, I'm only going to pick 2 people and we're going to move on so we can keep moving on. And if you guys really want to bounce off those ideas in the future, feel free to DM me and we'll have those personal conversations. We just need to give everybody a chance to be heard. We're going to pick 2 people. Anybody wish to add on to that? Expansions on war assets, ASP Phase 2, and mini continents like Nexus and KOTOR for low pop hours for those in queues. That is the question from Faber One about what you want to see in the next Planetside 2 update. Sounds good. So we're going to keep moving. It looks like we're going to have more people think about this. If you
I'll
wish
just
to...
respond. We got to see it on live first. Once we see it on live, then we can think.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that. And that was Rapid who just spoke. Ding Bata says, I have a question. I feel like what needs to be personally looked at this continent is to a random chance to open Shattered State. Every faction has 1/3 of the continent still, but it's random, and like TR owns the entire west side with the VS Central and NC's east. It's like a spider web. Can anybody elaborate on that? Because I have no clue.
Madman has an idea. We get the continents in a shattered state from player events as well. Usually like cutoffs, crazy things. But the problem, what really happens with that, and we saw it when Planetside 2 first came out, and we didn't have the lattice systems. Is what would happen is that shattered state would then lead to a bunch of players moving down a lane and sitting on the same base with nothing to fight because no one can spawn there. While it sounds fun and it's chaotic and it mixes up the map and it gets us away from the good old fashioned end RT, you end up in a state where unfortunately players don't get to play and they gotta wait.
Makes sense. Is there anybody who wants to elaborate on that and add to it? Nico wants to add to it. Let's go ahead with that, and we're going to change the question after this. Go ahead.
So I with regards to those and the fights and everything like that, I actually made a video a while back now talking about how they can address that issue. And the idea that I suggested was to, because a lot of the problems that stem from Planetside is that people have three-way fights, and then that causes such a stalemate because everyone is just fighting at the same base. So the way to do that was to remove the three-way fight bases and basically remake the lattice so that you could only ever have one faction fight in the other faction without a three-way. So making it in turn in some form of a donut shape, so that it was in a circle, but they can't fight each other unless they cross each other's paths in the center of the map.
Just to throw something out there so that way nobody gets upset about this. We're only having fun ideas here and thought processes on how to solve it. This isn't a place to be very upset that this is not going to be patch fixed. Even the idea of talking about it doesn't mean it's going to be patch fixed. Our developers are freaking smart. I met them in person, and they're not just going to listen to everyone's idea and immediately implement it. This is fun talk. This is for us to learn about what all of us think about what should be done. Don't disrespect anybody, guys. And I know that comment right there, Nico, is going to cause a lot of people being questioning, saying, I love the three-way faction war. Don't take that away from me. But that is a solution to not have a three-way faction for where all three continents can be attacked at one point. But it's very hard to implement. There was a thing in Planetside 1 where we had every single outfit, every single faction would basically own for today would be Esmir. Esmir is the only warp gate you would see with the NC on it, and they had to take over all that territory to go to a neutral warp gate to then go to Amrish, where only the NC owns it. And so you'll see VS NC wars happening on Amrish only, and then there's a neutral one on Esmir on the bottom right that will get them to TR and the NC outfit to have fun. And then there's a specific continent where if all the factions push into that continent, that's the only continent that will be a three-way faction war. That's because we had a good population at the time, and then we can't do that here in Planetside 2. But I'm hoping we can see that in 2020 if we have enough population increase that they can actually adjust that to Planetside 1's style. And I think that would solve all of our issues if we mimic whatever Planetside 1 had, because everybody was excited about it. But Nico, what do you think?
The thing going back to it really was, and the guy says in the chat there about double teaming. The thing is, if you've got all three warp gates linked, but there's only one lane linking to each warp gate, so you can still have VS fighting TR and TR fighting VS and NC, and they can all still be fighting each other, but you just don't get that. So it'd be three-way, but separately on different lanes. And the biggest problem, obviously, a lot of the time is zerging. So if there's one lane which is being zerged, what's going to happen is that lane is just going to get zerged all the way to the warp gate, and that no one, if people don't want to fight the zerg, they can go to the other lane and fight the other lane which isn't getting zerged. And the only proven way to distill a zerg is for it to just basically swallow itself up. So if you hit a warp gate with a zerg, it's gonna die. There's nothing that is it, and they go to the next side or the next lane or whatever, or they log off. So it was something that I'd like them to try to be able to see if it works. I don't want them to just implement it and go right, Indar is now, that's it, it's only two-way fights. No, I want them to put another Indar map on there and try it and see if people like it. Because how hard would it be to copy Indar, the map itself, and then just redo the lattices on a different map?
Right.
Call it Windar or whatever.
If you think about it, then the Outfit Wars, I think Outfit Wars is a small sample size to see if this is going to be something we're interested in. You'll notice that there is no three connections, and that's a specific way of getting the points you needed, and you'll win. I think they're sending out that as a sample size to see if they want to bring out the newest content in that sample size in a larger environment. And I think you already answered that. And you're on the point right now, Nico. I agree with your thought process. And I think the outfit wars will teach us everything about how everyone likes it or dislike it in a very small sample with one outfit versus one outfit versus one outfit, or 48 versus 48 versus 48, and seeing how they feel. If they enjoyed that, then I think they'll make a larger content in that retrospect. Let's go ahead and stop that. I'm going to go to Acacius Tagre. He says, he first laughs, then I'm going to go down to his next question. Until the issue of spamming bodies at a situation is fixed, then PS2 will have this is too weak or too strong argument forever. Let's have somebody else elaborate that who hasn't spoke. Is anybody wants to add that for what Tagre said? I'll leave it open for the 3-4 seconds before you guys can actually move on. Until the issue of bodies at the situation is fixed, then PS2 will have this is too weak mentality or too strong argument forever. So spamming bodies needs to be more elaborated. It seems like it. Anybody wants to add to it?
If he's talking about zerging, there's nothing you can do about zerging. With big outfits and people that like to play in a mainly squad-based game that inspires large amounts of people fighting, you can't get rid of zergs. There's no way to do it. Even Nico's idea of just
you can slow them down.
Even Nico's idea of just do a donut. What's going to stop me from taking my 2 platoons that just warp get a TR and going over to a VSTR fight and just dropping them all on a base there and doing like just battle?
But they couldn't redeploy.
Oh, they have a Sunder. They have spawn routers.
We have a Galaxy. We can just fly over there with the Galaxy.
And then that makes you a freeway fight, but it's not it's forced rather than actually, a stalemate. So it's something fun to do. There's nothing wrong with doing that, but they won't get any reinforcements unless they hack a point or something.
But a lot of the dynamic from the game comes from the big battles. That's what Planetside offers, is big, large-scale battles. That's what no other FPS does.
Piggybacking off Solder. Oh, sorry. You want to talk? Sorry.
No, go ahead,
I was just gonna say, like, the idea was to make that donut shape. Then in the center, then that would then take the construction system and utilize it, and then you then have your construction base being used as your forward base of operations to then make these big cluster fights. And then it's just a good way of just trying to deal with a Zerg and trying it out. That was the main thing.
In order for that to work, they're going to have to rebalance all of construction, because as most people use nowadays, construction, just use the router. That's all it's useful for, because you just go around.
Okay.
Like there's no dead set.
No problem. We'll basically put those in hotfix ideas and see how the developers have thoughts on that. Make sure you guys put those in a question so that way we can go back to it later. I have a new topic I'm going to bring up, and before I do that, let's go back to Faber One, because this was his overview channel, and I'm going to ask that personal question to you, Faber One. Your question was, if I can bring it up, what should be the next update for Planetside 2, and what are your thoughts?
Well, I definitely think we should bring back Battle Royale, right? That's been very successful. No, actually, what I do like...
Wait, Nico, let him talk.
Planetside Arena had one really good thing, and I really enjoyed this. I did like the Battle Royale, but I think the Capture the Flag mode, if they polish it for Planetside 2, do some tweaking with the balancing, I think quite a large proportion of the Planetside 2 community could also enjoy that. But I don't know.
So I have a question for you guys. I think you're right, Faber One, because there's 2 reasons why you're right. In Planetside, we have one direct influence, and we all think that if we implement Battle Royale in Planetside 2, if we implement other designs in Planetside 2, we're going to lose the mechanic of the large warfare. People are going to leave us. That's not true, guys. We all like freaking vanilla, chocolate, strawberry. We all like different flavors sometimes. I don't want to keep eating vanilla all day. And the point I'm trying to make is other players from other games will get more confident with the Planetside 2 shooting mechanics and the flight mechanics like I did in Arena. And now I felt more comfortable in that game when I got help from those players in a smaller style base and fight. It's a great way to train new soldiers and then bring them to the large scale. And there's going to be people coming from freaking Call of Duty, people coming from all these other games like that just want to get a taste of new Battle Royale styles. And then they're going to see, well, I can take my character and move it to the larger platform. Oh my God, this is amazing. And so the integration of all of that into Planetside 2, I think would be a breath of fresh air if we can talk to the community and have them understand that they're not going to all be there. Of course, when you bring out a new update expansion, everybody wants to raid that new raid boss, and the old raid boss is going to die. It's just not important anymore because that old raid boss's gear sucks. But Planetside 2, you can get farm in any direction, in any place, at any time. And it's not a new expansion. You lose out on the large warfare idea. The large warfare is still the idea and the priority. And the little games help people increase their confidence to go to large warfare to get shot by grandmaster players. And so I think Faber One, you're spot on with that. But of course, right now, because people
Archie,
still
Madman.
Yes, man, go ahead.
I got a question for Faber here.
Thank you.
Well, how would you feel about if they took your capture the flag idea and applied it to Desolation? Outfit wars.
I don't know because
Capture the
I
flag.
I personally like the idea of having 1v1 instead of 1v1v1. So especially for Outfit Wars being competitive, I think that would be a good change. But I personally would get rid of the VR room and instead of VR get the let people spawn in on the capture the flag mode. So they directly start with some weapons, try something out, have fun while waiting. But I
Well,
don't
what
know.
would stop people from actually
There is cult here.
playing the actual
The
game?
reason why they're going to be stopped because they're going to be in queue trying to join the capture flag while they're in the
drawn
main
towards
server.
capture
It's the same thing. You can queue the crap out of anything. You can always move people in different servers, different playing fields, and it just gives everybody a chance to like sit around and do other stuff. Now, if you don't know how to play with Planetside 2 weapons, Planetside 2 weapons, in my opinion, is the ultimate troll to any new player. They play Overwatch, and every single click is the freaking place of where they clicked. No bullet dropping as severe as what we saw. Damage is the same.
It's called hit scan.
Hit scan. It's literally so hard for new players to come into Planetside 2 for how difficult it is to understand that your bullet is doing 5 damage to you after 75 meters. It's just embarrassing, and it's like it's too much data out there. New players will not have a chance to basically understand this game quick enough to where they actually recognize distance with this weapon doesn't do crap or damage, and then they'll start adjusting their playing. Versus they walk out, Dalton shot. They walk out, Mosquito just destroys you. Like, you have no chance to really test out your gear before you get destroyed by veteran players and, of course, Grandmasters. I'm not going to push this idea. I'm not going to tell developers that I have a voice here larger than yours. I will always do my best to make sure my questions are always set in Discord and always sent to content creators before, if I ever have a chance to talk to developers. If you guys think that I have that voice stronger than anyone else, that's not true. I know how important it is for you guys to have your game the way you want it to be played. So I'm not going to adjust it for my selfishness, because I know I have a lot of powerful thoughts and ideas. But Faber One just brought up something, and I wanted to basically compliment him for that thought, because I did have a lot of fun at PSA, but I understand how it felt, how it made you guys feel when you played Planetside 2, seeing that they did H1Z1 first, and then they didn't even tell you anything about the Planetside Arena update that they're bringing out. You guys thought it was a joke, and it probably hurt you guys a lot, and I apologize for that, because the developers really did a poor job of communicating, and I apologize for your intentions, because you didn't want to destroy PSA because of the fact that it's a crappy game. You just felt hurt because you didn't get your voice heard, and the only way you can get your voice heard is by attacking a company that you currently play with, but in turn ruin your opportunity to have larger development tasks on Planetside 2. It was a double-edged sword, and you're sick and tired of seeing disrespect happening, and I get it. It makes a little sense. I would have probably done the same thing. And so I'm here as a biased individual, third party, to tell you guys it's time to basically boost your game up. Planetside 2, go post good reviews if you're having fun. If you're not having fun, don't post, I guess. Okay, anyways. We're going to go and ask Murderface. We're going to change the question.
Unbiased, by the way.
No, I'm just kidding. I know right now it's freaking amazing, so post good reviews, man. Nobody does that stuff. It's weird. So next thing is we're going to go to Murderface's question, and I know if you have any more questions to this topic, I'm just going based on text now. It's going to be more effective that way. Anybody does it at Archie, I'll go to that. If it's a question the same as before, I'm going to change that, because I want to change topics as much as I can. Thank you for everyone for answering that question. I know that it's a little salty for a lot of people, but they need to know that we had fun doing that too. And thanks for sharing that. So
yeah, I'm heading out, by the way, so thank you so much for being on DroPodCast and for this amazing stream.
Faber One, if you want to tell anybody about who you are and RGTV, please go ahead and announce who you are and what you do, and where have you been and how long you've been Planetside 2. I want you to announce everything, and no selfishness. I want you to just pour it all in on my Twitch stream, please.
Well, guys, I'm the guy with the bow tie playing Planetside. You can find me on YouTube and Twitch. You know the stuff, so
No,
have a
they
good
don't
time,
know
guys.
the stuff. There's a lot of new viewers from my family, friends, and all that stuff. Please act like nobody knows you here, so everybody gets a chance to actually get to see your personality and that smile of yours live on stream. Please, again.
It's Faber1 TV, Twitch TV/Faber1 with a 0, and it's YouTube/Faber1. That's all you need to know.
Thank you so much, guys. And his content is fresh. It's out there. He helps you understand updates and he handles very good DroPodcast. And I was on his show recently. Thank you so much for everyone stopping by. Take care, buddy.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, see you, Faber.
So he's out. Thank you so much, Favorite One. You're basically a beauty to be had for part of this community. I didn't know the right word to use that, but yeah, you are a beauty, man. A lot of girls cannot stop looking at you, so stop looking so good.
He's already won my heart.
That's okay. We're gonna talk about that. Murderface has a question. I have a question. What's everyone's opinions on air-to-ground and ground-to-air relationships? I'm gonna go from the top and come down on voice chat. And if you guys basically would like to ask that direct question, make sure you do at Murderface and respond directly to Murderface. So Murderface has an ability to tell you to hear your thoughts. Now we're gonna go to Zyno. How you doing, buddy? From 666.
Pretty good. How you doing?
Doing good, doing good. Do you have any thoughts about a question on what's your opinion on air-to-ground and ground-to-air relationship?
Well, I mean, air to ground has always been a nuisance in my opinion since forever. I mean, I think it's a good thing. You need to have, your missiles killing targets on the ground. Pretty much ground to air was the only thing I noticed a lot of changes in the last several years. And I mean, it was kind of irritating when there was no render to it and you could shoot somebody at sky. But since, lately, I guess I've kind of had a little bit of a hard time jumping in an AA turret because you can't hit a lot of things, especially if it's at medium to far ranges. So I'm my opinion, I'm guessing ground to air definitely needs some more work.
Okay, and work in what? In a way of nerf or in a way of boost?
In a way of boost. I think it
Ground
was
to
nerfed
air,
hard
got it.
last time.
And then air to ground, does it need a nerf or a boost? Don't go crazy, guys, in chat. I know you're going to be going insane, but just we are hearing
In
Zyno's
my
opinion.
it would be kind of rough to nerf air to ground, but at the same time, I mean, it is a big nuisance to a lot of players that don't play air. But I mean, it's extremely beneficial, in my opinion, to have nice breakers shredding.
Nice.
Can I ask?
And Zach's going to come in.
Do you fly as a pilot? Because I can tell you, as a pilot, flying anti-air is just insanely good. You'd be surprised. The only time when air is actually overpowered is when nobody cares about it, and that's where the problem lies. Not in that there is like no damage to them, it's just that nobody cares about it, and they say like somebody else will take care of it, and then you die, and that's what's making it bad.
I used to not be a good pilot back in Planetside 1. I would pull like gals and stuff, but ever since I started playing Planetside 2, 4 or 5 some odd years ago, I polished up my, I've even helped start air wings and outfits and train people. And so it's something I'm not like an absolute expert at, in my opinion. Like if I go face to face with certain ace pilots, I guess I'm not like number one in a sense, but I can put up a good fight. But I have flown quite a bit, and I've used AA in a lot of turrets when I was a new player quite a bit because it was just like the easiest thing. When you're very new and you don't have many certs, you don't have a good, I play NC main now, so you don't have a good hawk or something, to lock onto them with. So you just jump in a base turret and start shooting at them.
Well, all the
Zach, you want
lock-ons
to tell
are
everybody who
standard.
you are, and Zach, and where you're from, so people get a chance to at least introduce you and how long you've been playing this game for, and what's your experience in air?
Sure. I'm a new player, I guess, compared to a lot of players here. I've joined 1.5 years ago.
What's
I
the outfit
stream
again?
and I make videos about it. What?
What's the outfit again?
It's X-Tac, and now we regrouped with Medk, so it's Toxic Zerg Surfers on Code.
Nice.
But
nice.
to talk again about the
Wow.
flying thing, what new players need to be now is when you see an aircraft, just don't think somebody else will solve your problem. Go pull that anti-air, go pull something, scare them away, and they won't come back. That's just the solution to it. Not those people that are like saying, oh yeah, I'm getting killed by air. But those are the guys that don't pull the anti-air. They're just like, okay, your friend will do it.
Before we go any deeper than that, we're gonna have Halo Conspiracies introduce yourself if you don't mind.
Halo Conspiracies. I'm with the Ironforged Alliance FIFA Connery NC.
Perfect. And then what's your experience with air? If you're inexperienced or experienced, listen, this is not about people that know about air. This is not about people that know everything about air. We want to get an idea between those who are ignorant to it and those who are very experienced into it, because or else if you don't understand both sides of the coin, you'll never get anything done. And so, Halo Conspiracy, what was your experience in aircraft?
Well, I've only been playing the game since I think August, September of last year. I've
Okay.
not been playing for very long.
All right.
But I have definitely gotten good enough to be one of the people who our outfit leaders call upon to pull a galaxy when we go and we do battle gals.
I did see that live. I actually did a spotlight on FIFA, and you guys had the gals up for like over like 5 hours, and I was wondering when somebody's gonna kill you. And so, well done, buddy. That's a little over exaggerated,
So
but so you
like
get the idea.
when flak goes off, we have we have things that we do to avoid dealing with the flak.
If I can stop you on
One
this,
of the-
Halo, I think we're talking about ESFs, and we're not talking about galaxy nerfs. So, do you know anything about ESFs, air to ground?
ESFs, yeah.
If not, don't worry, we'll move on.
Air to ground, yeah, I personally don't think anything should be changed with it, but that's just because I'm a terrible shot with an ESF.
Sounds good. So we'll just move on. Thank you so much for your opinion.
I
We'll
mean,
go to
I'm a great-
galaxies after the next question. But
I'm
going to bring the
I'm a
question.
great pilot, but
you are good. I've seen
I'm a
you
great
live on the
pilot,
stream.
but not a great.
No, thank you so much, Halo, for that. And we're talking about ESFs mainly. Is that correct, Murderface? That's your question. I have a question about what's everyone's opinion on air to ground and ground to air relationship.
Yeah.
It's terrifying to get jumped. It's terrifying to get jumped by Murderface.
No problem, buddy.
when you're
That's a great bonus. If you don't know who Murderface is, he literally murders your, face. He's insanely strong, and he gave me a chance to sit in his Dalton seat, and I took out Drasinko. I'm calling you out right now, live on stream. I only killed you once, but you get the idea. I'm so excited. Murderface, go ahead.
Once enough.
I know, right?
Personally, I reckon the reason the relationship is so toxic, well, not necessarily toxic, but so strange, is that you have to actively defend against air to ground. And I'm like an air to air pilot, so I only focus on air to air. But you have to actively defend against air to ground. Whereas, if you're in a building or you're fighting against tanks, you can just hide behind walls. So it's like more of a passive defense, rather if it's air to, if it's air to ground, you don't really have much else to do, because you've got to run outside your spawn room. Your spawn room's open. If you've got a squad or two squads that are attacking that base, and there's only a squad there, and they've got air, cover. Well, you've got to somehow get up with a max or air lock-ons up on top of a base. But I reckon the one thing I am looking forward to with this new update is the Citadel Shield, which is more of a passive defense, because it's active and passive, I guess. But once you put it up, it passively protects you. Whereas currently the only defense is against air to ground. You have to actively try and sort out, destroy the air, if you know what I mean.
Makes sense. And
well, the same thing with Hesh, right?
That's Rapid.
Yeah.
Rapid, please add that.
I don't know. Everyone complains about air to ground, but there's so few pilots to counter. So why don't you just go learn to fly? Go shoot down these air to ground ESFs. Because if you've ever ran against someone with a Mustang or a PPA, they can't dogfight you back. You just shoot them down.
I'm gonna counter Rapid because I love the guy. I'm just gonna be his devil's advocate here, just so I can give him an idea of what I felt as a new player. And new players, if you guys are hearing this as well, there was no way to learn how to fly in the game. It was, I get on the plane and immediately I hold down shift, and if I push the M button, I'm instantly dead because I didn't know that my character is still gonna fly forward. I thought it was like a pause. Dumb and dumbass, basically. The whole point is, you just don't have enough info when you pull this vehicle out and you're like, what is happening? All right, let's do this. And I'm just flipping out the whole time. And anybody who sees that kind of movement is imagining an infantry soldier doing this the whole time. Where are they? I found someone. No.
Exactly, Archie.
That's literally how I feel in the air. And so how do you learn that is, there's two ways right now, not a part of the game, is go and find those ESF, those aircraft tutorial videos. They're out there. Go on YouTube, watch it. I know you want to itch to play in the game. I know you want to get some kills. But if you spend 5 minutes of your time researching and take a deep breath and then just do that simple research, it will change your life, because you will see that all the mistakes you made, because they're telling you in a very clear and concise way, I eat you for breakfast because of X, Y, and Z. And then you're like, I didn't know that. And then now your mind will explode and you'll do more research about it and you'll become a more successful, confident flyer. In game does not teach you that. In game, brute forcing it does not teach you that. 350 freaking whatever the resources
450.
is. 450 for an ESF.
Archie. So
350.
what I would
No,
recommend.
350.
What I would say for
That's
that
Taylor
is.
Conspiracy's talking. What's up, buddy?
Yep. What I would say for that is just go into the VR training thing and just pull from in there.
Even though you do that, you can go and shoot people in the face. You feel so confident shooting people that are standing still. You can fly around and shoot things that are standing still.
It's more the flying thing to learning how to
Right.
fly.
There's a
I'm not
huge
necessarily
mechanic of mistakes here on the default menu that you can make ESF flying 100 times easier if you just change the defaults for them. And I know there was a flyer that told me how to change that default setting, and I will bring that up as a
Analog
future
throttle.
debate. It's just
And
making to where
push down.
your mouse movement this way is a horizontal movement, and your mouse up and down is the up and down movement. Just change that, and then pushing A and D is your roll left and your roll right, and W is roll up, roll down. It gives you a chance to feel like you don't have to keep spreading your mouse. You're like, oh god, it's gonna kill me. That's literally what I was doing the whole time. And so
Can I
that's
just
my
add,
example.
like, it's all well and good to go and watch these YouTube videos, which they are really helpful. But
Nico, you
the
make them.
biggest
Don't
thing
bash
that-
on your.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying the biggest thing you need to know is, like, just because you've watched this YouTube video doesn't mean and it tells you how to fly doesn't mean you're going to be a good pilot just because you watch the video.
I agree. You have to do some
Everything
experience
in
as
this
well.
game takes time. It takes like 300, 400, 500 hours of doing the same thing every day to be able to get good at it, and that's it. And that is the basis. It's, you know, shooting in Call of Duty is something you can just pick up and crack on with. Whereas in Planetside, it's a little bit more complicated than that. Well, a lot more complicated than that.
Like,
I would like to, Madman here, I'd like to add something to that a little bit. I think something that's pretty interesting to think about, and we've talked about it a little bit here, is but the base cost of an ESF right now, no matter which one you pull, is 350 or it's 350, I believe, right now. And so for a pilot, for someone to learn how to fly, that's extremely a heavy cost, especially if they don't have a membership. So like, how would you guys feel about what if, just like VR training in our warp gates, there were just a couple default vehicles that spawned out in the field there? So it'd be like one Galaxy, two ESFs, one Liberator, like all, you know, just base, no kits on them or anything. But this way, any new player could go out there, hop in it, and just fly away.
That'd be quite interesting.
That's not too
I
bad of an
think
idea.
That would just be taken by all the good players because they know when it's
Well, their
small, so they
base-
pick it up, and then I don't.
You
think
wouldn't want to
they
use a
would
BACSF.
but any
Good players
player
are going
that
to
has,
upgrade
like,
their hover and
yeah,
all
like,
that
any
stuff.
good player will
So
just, you know, dump certs into it and just pull it. Like, I've put at least 300 hours into everything: armor, air, infantry, base
If you
building.
give a
and-
new player a stock ESF, it's even worse than if you would pull his own one with like a little bit upgrade. Like
Yeah,
a
but-
stock
Well, no,
ESF is
so
just
someone can
mad.
start playing the game. You know what I mean? Because
Well,
people
for
are
reference-
But like a brand new
going
player,
back-
this is Madman, a brand new player, right? You end up pulling as a brand new player. You walk up, your first experience with any ESF is you go up, you
Yep.
pull the most stock ESF possible,
Yep.
and then you go try to fight people.
Yep.
Right? I mean,
They're
either
gonna
way.
die.
and So now you're out 450, and you got dumped.
350.
350.
Or 350.
But,
I mean,
Maybe
wouldn't it be?
they should change it to a rank. If you're under rank 15,
Yep.
you get something reduction.
Well,
But
then I'm
then
just gonna
you-
re-roll
Then-
accounts
then
all
what's
day.
the- then what's the stop
Guys, this
going
is another
pilot
question. I'm
from
going to stop you guys for just
pulling
2
this
seconds
out?
because I want
sorry.
you guys to understand one thing, guys. What everything we talk about is because of the 1,700 player base. You guys are using data from your 1,700 player base. Now there's a 5,000 plus base players in Planetside Plus. I don't even know it's 6,000 now. The point is, every data that we had is now going to be thrown in the trash can. These are good ideas to remember and seeing if it's still happening with 5,000 players. PSA had to change their whole game style because we only had 50 people to 10 people to 15 people playing. We had to change it to where you don't run as basically a full squad and a full squad. They made one person go and one person against each other, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, and it was 4 versus 4 in a battle royale game of the massive scale it gave us. That was sad. They had to do that because the player population was so low. Now we got higher pop. Now we have new data. We have to start seeing what's going to happen about air to ground, air to
I'll
air
play
with that new
Games
data.
Fabric into that. though.
These were some
advocate
cool
for that.
information for you guys.
We'll just get a new continent, right? Because we already play on one full continent and two full continents. It's not going to change the gameplay on the other two continents if another continent opens up.
Honestly, I think they shouldn't change anything about mechanics. They should just add like a simplification for new players. UI, you should overhaul it, make it like clear what is going on. New
Right.
players just don't know what's happening. That's all. There's
new player experience.
I would almost make the same thing happen with you madman, is to probably make it easier for first to 15 levels of saying you get a bonus at 1 to 15 with a not only experience boost. Of course, I'll turn that off because I want people to understand it. Made it so like way queued targets on everyone. Everyone's queued. Everyone sees an enemy that's coming at you, and make everything queued and saying everything is available for you, 1 through 15. And so you can actually see who's targeting you, who's your enemy, and all of that. And that way that data gets just removed at 16. So it's going to be like a buff, like in video games where they say, new player buff, can't get PK'd by freaking Grandmasters players up to level 15. Once you hit 16, it's over. Basically, that's an example.
I mean, I would see so many players though that have bought all of this stuff with Daybreak Cash, right? They would just re-roll, make a new account, or something along the.
What's wrong with that? Let them re-roll, make new accounts, and if they want to keep wasting their time making new accounts, they're not going to build their character up, and they get to see Q ability. It's not the biggest deal in the world. That's one new guy on a new character in a new ESF. He's not going to be able to do much.
It's a lot on ESF.
Actually, spotting a target,
It's basically aim
hacks.
bot. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
If having a good infiltrator that can give you intel where the enemy is at versus not is a huge difference.
You spend
I see what you mean.
60% of the game.
The example of what I'm trying to say, is give them a chance at specific distances, like 40 meters, 30 meters. That way, when they walk into a room, they're not confused. Is that a teammate? Hi. Oh God. Oh God. Oh, and then just died. So it's like smaller distances to help people understand that. I see that you guys can break the game very well. You taught me in 10 seconds how you can break it. Again, these are ideas. I'll never throw it to developers until I know 100% that's the topic. Now I'll tell you what my new player experience should be. No, sorry. The question that Faber1 gave me was, what should be the next update for Planetside 2? These are mine. It's live for everyone to see. What I have completely concurred with everyone is the new player experience retention base. That's the number one thing I would focus on the new player update. The proximity voice and chat in Sanctuary. Make it so where everyone can talk to each other in proximity voice, but add a UI in voice comms so you can actually instantly use your mouse to decrease or increase or physically mute that person if he's the first person talking. So when you talk, you jump to the top, and then it just goes down per person that's talking. So you can actually find out who recently just spoke, so you can mute that person very quickly.
There is a key binding already in game to mute them.
But I did that
You need
enter
to
button.
add
I've
a
done the enter
little
button.
UI on the right to show people though, because they won't know unless they look in the
I
key
literally
bindings.
pushed the numlock
Yeah.
enter button. I muted 40 people because I just had to turn off Pal Tiger for saying you. He would like every 10 seconds. He was like, "Cock."
That's part of his charm, though.
And I know. I'm just trying to tell you, like, it was very hard for me to stop him on my stream live, and he didn't know I was live streaming, so it's not his fault in command chat. So I had to turn off command chat in general because, as a Twitch streamer, it's very difficult to bring in a family-friendly audience on that. So let's go and stop that debate. I'm going to bring it to questions to players who haven't spoke. If you guys are okay with the next question for players who haven't spoke. So if you have spoke, just be respectful. Give a chance for other people. If you don't mind. If you don't have something to add, we will go to those players and ask them what they would like to add. I know you guys are having your own internal conversations, waiting to speak. Man said, I would like to see shield over the Sunday Bay whenever a point is flipped in another person's faction's favor. So let me just clarify this with you, Madman, and then we're going to go push that question to other people. Are you saying that there's a Sunday Bay outside of the base, and then when you take it over, if this year in NC, it turns into NC and you have to use gate diffusers to get in?
I'm basically saying that let's say so. What really happens? So if in the smaller pop areas, again, we've got a high pop gameplay that's happening right now. So maybe it's not as much of an issue. But a long-standing issue has always been that you show up at a base, you set up your bus, you take your 12 people in, you flip the point, and you're all set up. You're ready for this fight, and this one light assault works his way around to the back, and he melts your Sunder in less than 4 seconds, right? And there's just nothing you can do about it. 2C4, rocket rifle, it's dead. Doesn't matter. Like I think it's like 12 seconds if it's a maxed out shield, deploy bus or something like that. No way you can go and save your vehicle. So the idea basically comes from, all right, how do you make fights stick around a little bit and make them a little bit more engaging? Make the point matter a little bit more. If you hold the point, your bus is defended, so you have a spawn point, right? And then you can continue to fight there as long as you have that point. People, I think it's self-explanatory. Like if they want the like, now it does go 50-50, right? Some part of the online meta right now is you in order to get a large portion of players off of a point, you do show up, you kill the spawns, and then you wrap in from around and and crush them to the point. So that type of strategy would be lessened, but there would still be that singular, because there would still be that singular bus, not the rest of them. Like you could still have all of your other exposed buses out there, but it would just make fight stability a little bit higher. That can, I mean, this would it'd be meta changing, and I could see some good and bad points to it. But anybody else have any ideas on that?
It would also stop people like one salty guy pulling an AP lightning and sitting out of the distance of rockets or something like that, just shooting your bus and killing
Makes
it.
sense. Thanks for adding on to that, non-soldier. Is there anybody else that would like to add to that? We're going to go to the players that have been so patient. Keen, would you like to add to that from SKL? If not, no problem.
At the moment, I do not have anything to add to that.
No problem.
So
What
I
would
had
you like to
think on
talk about? As soon as I get a chance to see who wants to add in 2 points to it, I'm going to come back to you and Halion, and we're going to come back to Arctic Man and Tenny's son. We're going to go talk to these individuals next to see if what are their thoughts to add on to Madman's. If not, I'd like to know your opinion and what question you like to say for being so patient. Keen, if you don't have anything to add, I'm going to go to Halion now. Halion, do you want to add to what New Madman said?
Can you give me a brief
You man, you want to give him a brief
Hold a
recap?
point. If you hold a point, you get a shield over your bus in the Sunny Garage.
Yeah, the garage would basically get a shield on the front and the back to basically prevent light assaults from getting in there, or a prowler sitting a mile away shelling it.
It almost sounds like an alternative spawn room.
Yeah, spawn room for the
so,
enemy.
like both factions have a place
like
to
better
spawn.
designated places for centers to be put that makes them a little safer is kind of the idea.
So the
Yeah,
idea,
something.
Halion, I'm hearing right now is I just finally got a eureka moment on what he's trying to describe. Hopefully I can give you a clear and concise idea behind it. You know how you have overshield, you know you have stealth on the Sunder. He's thinking about adding a new ability on there, where if you go into this Sunder base, there's like a little like form location where you can actually spawn a Sunder from. I mean, activate a Sunder from on attacking or defending space. When you press B, it will now add full shields on the front and back of the actual Sunder base. So it's a very niche.
Not quite.
No. Okay. Please explain that
No,
more.
I'm talking about on when you go to a base, there is an actual room that's called the Sunderer Bay, right? It's on the outside. It's on the outskirts. Like, so if you look at the map design from the top down, right, there's going to be the points where the defenders are going to spawn, and then there's going to be those individual bays on the opposite side of the map on where you're supposed to put your buses. And so basically the idea is if you get your bus in there and you get to the point, once that point turns your color, that structure then now has the shield that's generated. So not it's not a bus ability, but that structure physically changes to basically have a shield that pops up to make it a little bit more defensible, so that now they have to come and flip a generator that's next to that location, or they have to.
Thank you so much for the follow, buddy.
Or they
the
have
Rogue.
to come and take
Appreciate
the point.
it, buddy. It means
like
a lot.
one of those two options. I just threw in the generator run because that was another idea that popped into my head. But
Cool.
I think that's a really interesting idea. I just wonder how it would affect the overall. Well, so you're saying it. So hypothetically, TR owns a base. Vanu comes in, gets on the point. The generator turns on, and now they have a Sunder inside of that little garage that has a shield on it, and the TR cannot attack. And unless the TR gets back and flips the point,
or
then
flips
only...
the generator.
Okay, or flips the generator.
So the generator is acting as another defensive position for you. Basically, it slows down base capping, and it makes it so you have to fight the generator to stop them from spawning.
I don't think that would be a terrible idea. I don't initially see any huge complication that could arise from it, because typically when it comes to Sunders anyways, most of the time the focus is get on point first and then go take out the Sunders. So I don't think it would mess up things too much. Maybe it would help, maybe if one small squad, they only have one Sunder trying to get into a base, maybe it would be able to help them a little bit with keeping spawns up. But I'd be curious to see how that would play out.
So by the sound of
in
it,
the
it's
live
meant to
server.
like deter like light assault or C4 fairies, right? Like just 1 or 2 light assaults ruining the fight by taking out the Sunderer. Versus it's a joint effort to get on the point. Now it's like an effort instead of just ending the fight using 1 or 2 people. And I think that's kind of what you said, right, Madman?
I think that's the general bias behind it. Not so much like LA specifically, but what I've seen in the past, and we've tried to combat it with the various tactics of someone has to babysit the bus,
Can I ask you a question? Man, are you watching a stream right now?
Yeah.
Can you watch what I'm saying? Is this his base?
Yeah, that would be a Sunder Bay.
Okay, so this is
Or
Sunder Bay,
garage.
guys. If you guys want to get a chance to see this, this is the Sunder Bay, and this is the map location. There's 2 Sunder Bays for this. That means there's a custom base designed for this base attacking, right? From this design, I'm hoping I can get the pencil corrected this time.
Most bases have this.
Yeah, most bases have, not all bases. So it's custom to each base. But this is the location, 1 Sunder Bay. This is the 2nd Sunder Bay. Right here will give the chance for the enemy to, let's say the spawn room is located over here for the enemy. Actually, if I can undo this real quick. Oh my god. And then let's change this to red. This is the spawn bay for the... You suck. There we go. This is the spawn bay for the red team, and they can actually teleport over here. Enemies are going to have to come this direction. Enemies have to come this direction to destroy Sunders. Now he's trying to say, let's go give them a spawn location where they can actually have the generator. So maybe they'll put the generator over here, giving the teammates to go and destroy their Sundered shields. And if they have to go and reinforce to that spot, they have to take that Sundy shield down, so then they can actually stop them from spawning and then kill this Sunder. So that's a strategy where if you guys want to see some new styles, this would cause this to shield down. This would cause this to shield down, giving no opportunities for the TR to destroy their spawn spot. They have to go to this this little like new generator, take it down. It's 1 minute generator probably, just to get that Sunder destroyed and do a timing attack. And that way these bases become more interesting to fight at, versus all you have to do is pull 1 vehicle, which comes right here. He comes all the way around and he destroys everything in half a second, and all of your push is gone. Is that correct, you
Can I
man?
say something really quick?
Of
about
course.
this?
Who's this?
Enzak.
Enzak, what's up?
I think this, like, making this into the game would take like a tremendous amount of resources to make this in every base where there is something like this. For
All it is these things already exist. All he's saying is make these into that and just add a generator. All you do is put a generator and you just put a code on that wall.
You just redesign the building.
No. It's really hard to.
There's
I
actually
know
a
it's
base
copy pasting stuff, but it's hard to make it for every base.
I
It's
see.
gonna
Well,
be
that's
like
a good question. That's just a good question. It's not the priority. The priorities were new player experience, bug fixes of new update, and promoting office who wish new players, and proximity voice, and sanctuary question mark if that's worth it. Those are the ways to keep new player retention. I think the new update should maintain new player retention, tutorials, helping new players to figure out how to play this game. But we're just talking about future ideas. We're talking about cool ideas that we can actually implement over time. Now, this isn't exactly the best update to basically add on, because we have veterans who already love this game. We want new players to love this game with us. Is that correct, you my man?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, to me, I'm looking at this from an objective, like how do you take a group of players and help them, keep a fight going so that they can, enjoy the fight a little bit much. Like Ziggurat is a great example of a base, because like a new group of players could show up, they could set up their bus, the 12 of them could work their way up to the point, and they'd be up there, and then 3 people spawn. All 3 people pull tanks, they go around the back, they blow up the spawns, and then now somebody or all of them have to go back, get another bus, drive it for another 2.5 minutes to get it all the way back to that base again. And that happened again. It's mostly through the smaller fights. But I mean, Zig was a great example. I'm happy you picked that one, because it doesn't matter if there's 12, 24, or 48 players on that point. The first thing that anybody does when they spawn there is they, if they're not looking for an infantry fight, the first thing they do is they grab a vehicle and they drive over and they kill the spawn.
Right.
And it doesn't take more than 2 or 3. to just a little bit more clarification is like there's almost like a little bit of honor amongst some of the older vets where we basically if we go to a base like that, we don't blow up the buses because it's so easy to do it that we almost block it out as a play style. Because if I show up with 3 or 4 guys, I mean, if I wanted to destroy a fight and stop people from fighting there at all, that's what we do. We just get armor and then we tear up. We go through. We do a quick loop. We blow up all the spawns, and then anybody that even the uncoordinated masses coming out of the spawn room has such an unfair advantage at that point that they can literally wipe the whole base and it's over. So
that's more
I'm done ranting.
not the Sunderers, but they need to make routers more available and accessible for players.
Makes sense.
Because that's
thing I want to add is with
This
this
is
new update
Halion speaking,
coming
guys.
out-
If you guys want to say, Halion, make sure you introduce yourself.
Okay, sorry. One thing. Thought. Oh yes.
So sorry.
What did you call me?
No.
Oh, shots
Yeah, you're a
fired.
Twitch thought now, buddy. That's a compliment.
Wow, dude.
I mean, she's not wrong.
Whoa,
wait,
that's
wait,
tough.
before I
Rapid,
lose
that's what I
my
like.
before I lose the train of
Please, Haley.
thought again. With the new update coming out, the anvils are going to make Sunderer
Deployment.
deployment, like the ability to get Sunderers into places quickly, much more accessible because now you don't have to pull a Sunderer, drive for 2 to 3 minutes with the risk of just getting obliterated by an ESF in 3 seconds. Now you're going to be able to spawn one in much closer and get it in and deployed much quicker. That I think that development is probably in itself better than any sort of shield on a garage could be when it comes to Sunderer defense.
Okay, but you could also
well-
spawn a Prowler doing the same method. So you spawned a Sunderer at the location. I can spawn a Prowler at the same location, right where you put your Sunderer.
Also,
Kinda
you got to
screws it
think
over.
about the smaller outfits that don't have the accessibility to get the amount of resources needed to just readily drop large anvils like all over the place.
But you got to remember the point of this. The devs have emphasized that the point of this update is to make gameplay for smaller outfits and smaller groups of people better and easier. And a lot of these things are focused on people not being a part of the Zerg fits and creating their own smaller outfits, because as long as your outfit is participating in base captures, you're going to be getting resources.
Well,
So
the way they
you
phrased
have-
it isn't if you participate, because what based on their patch notes, they don't say anything about participation rewards. They only talk about rewards for actually capping bases. So
No, Rel
from a
didn't Rel
stream,
clarify
in a
that?
stream,
he
I
mentioned them,
remember
but he
them-
never released any information about it.
Yeah,
Just
so
the
we
same
don't
thing they
know
talk
the
about alliances,
exact
but we don't.
mechanics, but
Mhm.
Rel specifically said in the stream of their first stream for the release of the update that this is supposed to be for the small outfits. They're specifically trying to get people away from Zerg fits, and even though we don't have the exact details of how that's going to play out, I really doubt that they're going to make it hard for small outfits to get these resources when they specifically said they want smaller outfits.
Well, well, even if outfits that participate in the base cap get a fraction of the resources, like a third or 2/3, big outfits will still have the advantage. They have more numbers, they have more active players, they have a bigger leading team to craft and deploy the anvils and stuff like that. They have more squad leads. You could have a person from the GIA that's on every single day, or a group of people that's on all the time, always getting resources, but compared to a outfit of 12 or 24 people that are on 2 or 3 times a week.
I think we need to talk about air to ground again.
I
That's
couldn't
too good.
rip everyone's ear off about air to ground in here, but I'm
No,
gonna say
bro.
one thing.
We were just watching live stream. We just saw Murderface murder somebody's face right now. That's why we said
Part of
that.
the problem is at the end of the day, you're always going to have to deal with the disadvantage of having fewer numbers, and that's just the way the game's going to be.
This is the way the game's designed. You can't be upset about numbers 48-2, 24. You can't turn that off. The only thing you do is if the population goes overboard, you can't have a redeployment. They've already fixed that. And you only can do spawn beacons now, router placements only for your designated outfit. it's they're doing their best, guys, and we don't want to completely shut down ideas. But I like your ideas. I like I like where your thoughts are coming from, and I want to give a chance to other players who have been here and have been in voice chat. So we're going to change this question again, and we're going to go up to Zyle from 666. Thanks for being so patient. Do you have a topic question you'll bring up? And I'm going to have 2 people only talk about it. Once 2 people have hit, we're going to go over to a new person named Phility, and then we're going to go down and give all the players who haven't spoke a chance to talk about their topic. Zyle,
Well,
do you have a
for
topic
me,
question?
I guess one thing that has been brought up several times, and I've also seen since we started these chats, is the whole max rush being completely obliterated.
What?
They got rid of max rush a while back.
Really? How do you get rid of the max rush? Elaborate.
That's like 4 years old at this point.
Oh, you're saying these chats, or I should not have ate this. This is a bad idea. You're saying
there
these
was a,
chats actually increased clarity on topics, and then it changed something that you truly enjoyed, and now you don't like it, and that's why you're here to make sure that these topics do not basically lead to more patch updates that can actually influence or ruin the experience for some players. Is that correct?
There was an old ability for the max where it would cause the max to run forward, and that's what it was called max rush.
But yeah,
Okay.
it was
Basically the max had ambusher jump jets in a sense.
It was really good. I love it.
Yeah, I missed the daylights out of it. I actually haven't played max much since.
I see. So my question now is, do you guys feel, my question to everybody, this is very important because I will have to stop this if that's the case. I'm not here to ruin your opportunities or your chances to shine or enjoy your game, and you're not here just because of, I'm afraid, Arsha TV or Faber One, our content creators are going to ruin my game. Are you guys here because this is actually benefiting you and it's helping you get a chance to see what we're thinking about, and we can work together as a team to create the game that we all love and increase the population and things of that sort? Or are you here to hope to prevent a new mistake from happening?
I'm here for you, Archie.
I'm here for the conversation. Combine a bunch of
Anybody in
people
voice chat want to tell me if you're on the opposite side? If you are, I'd love to know your opinion. This is your time. I'm not offending you. You're not
I'm here to
getting
hang out
kicked
with Lord Dem
Nice.
in all of his grace.
In chat, how do you guys feel? Is this a chat that is making you worried that we're actually going to implement these ideas because we have a voice, we have a say, or is this something fun for you guys?
I'd say
if I may.
I personally agree with Simple in the chat who said buff max is more. I agree with him, man.
I heard
Just give
one
him
person
3
talking
shotgun
earlier. Who
arms.
said, if I may?
Bring back the old Zoe.
Keen. Keen is speaking. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, I'm on the favor for bulking up the maxes, or at least just giving them that boost, because it takes a very coordinated team to try and keep a max up, and I think just adding that little bit of boost might just be what it needs. I haven't been playing with the old max out, so I can't speak for those guys, but with what I can say for the new maxes, like just what I played with, all it takes is for a coordinated team to stay with the maxes to keep it up. And so maybe adding that boost rush might be what it needs to take a point in case all your end user medics go down. Because it doesn't take a whole lot to take one down.
The reason they removed the Zoe max was because basically you would get 12 maxes or 6 maxes and just click that I win button, rush into a point and everything would die, and the entire point hold was just pointless. You had 2 squads defending a point, and 6 maxes would kill them all.
It was
because
mainly
they could just
NC
rush in and. Yeah, but it's
No,
it's
it
not
was
though, is
Zoe.
it? It's all maxes, and the Zoe max had the max rush more than anything. That's why they did it, because they took so long to nerf the Zoe max that I mean, a lot of people quit until they fixed it. It took them a year to sort that out. It was the worst. It was such a bad thing that took them so. It was nearly as bad as the Canis when they brought that into the game.
So I'm going to pause you guys for a minute here and go back to Zyle's question. Zyle, was that beneficial? Was it helpful to hear other people's opinions about the pros and cons to that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's been a discussion that went on forever, and then when it was lost, I mean, there's just a lot of people, and they bring up the fact that it was beneficial for NC, which makes a lot of sense because most of our weapons are close range. But I mean, the only way to counteract, a max rush would typically to be pull your own max rush, or now that there's so much utility with NGs and light assaults on top of the heavies that we already have, the C4 and the rockets to deal with the maxes. I mean, I run into a room and I used to be able to kill like 6 softies before I'd get melted, where now I can kill maybe a max, but I can't kill a heavy to save my life.
Makes sense. Makes
I
sense.
think
Thank you for
maxes
sharing,
are
man.
just in
Let's
the
go
wrong
ahead and give
place for it.
let's give another individual a chance to talk about their topic.
I
We're
just
gonna
want to quickly
go.
say goodbye before the next topic.
Thank you so much, Rapid.
Thanks for having us.
Rapid decided to come over here, and thank you for everything you've given me on the opportunities for the last month I've been here, man. Thank you, Rapid, and have a good day.
Thanks for creating content, man. Appreciated.
Yeah, of course.
Hey,
I'm
Archie,
also gonna head out
Madman
as well,
here.
mate.
Madman,
I've
what's
got
up,
an
buddy?
I've got an officers meeting in 5
Of course,
minutes.
buddy.
So
Take care,
after
man.
that, I'm out of here.
Thank you so much, Madman from B-Way, and making us feel comfortable and actually increasing awareness. And keep up with good work, man. I appreciate that.
Man,
Yeah,
tell
no problem.
Senpai Shades I said hi.
Yeah, we'll do.
Till Shades exactly say hi.
Take it
Being
easy.
bad. Everybody's actually giving the hand gesture.
I'm out as well, mate.
Nico,
so,
thank you so much, Nico, for stopping by again. I can't wait to see your content start Twitch streaming so we all can raid you and talk about you and see what you basically want to offer for everybody. I'm looking forward
Cheers,
to it,
mate.
man. Cheers,
Have
buddy.
a good one. Catch you in
Thank
a
you
bit.
so much.
See you
Anybody
later,
else want to
boys.
go ahead and leave? Please
See
make
you,
sure you
man.
say something now so I can actually give you guys the heads up and respect.
I just wanted to be known that my note for Nico in the Discord is infill bad.
Infill
Is that our
bad.
next topic?
So let me. No. Sorry. Let's go to Halo conspiracies,
What did I
and
miss?
we're gonna go. I thought you were
Info bad,
caught, Nico.
Nico.
Let's go
Info
to
bad.
Halo conspiracies. Is there a topic you'd like to bring up? And you've been patiently waiting. Thank you so much for waiting, buddy.
Mostly, I've just been sort of just messing around on the test server, just sort of goofing
Sounds
around.
good, man. Thank you so much for and just hanging out with us and having a good time and just listening to what we have to say. Let's go to Keen. Keen, do you have a topic that you'd like to bring up? Sounds like Keen's AFK. Let's go to. Oh, looks like he's back.
Sorry. I think you guys already mentioned it. I just jumped in the middle of the way. Did you guys already mention ESFs and the air
Yes,
to
we
air
did.
combat, air to ground?
Yep. We brought that up, and it was
Okay.
a good amount of information. But we'll go back to that topic right after we have a chance for everybody to have a new topic we want to talk about. Halian, is there a topic you'd like to talk about?
I don't have a specific topic. One thing that I still really want them to implement is I just want to know who's talking, if it's squad chat, if it's platoon chat, when I'm looking at the map. Like, that's all I want.
Sounds good. And say it one more time. I want to elaborate more on that. Say it one more time.
If I'm looking at the map or I'm dead or I'm, redeploying and there's someone talking to me and I can't tell if it's in proximity chat, I can't tell if it's in platoon chat or outfit chat or squad
Just
chat.
want
And
an
I don't know who
overlay
it is.
of people talking, and that would be really nice. I agree. I'm on the same page with you. Well said. Well said.
Alien Madman here. How would you feel about like if there's like a little speaker icon that showed up either on your mini map or like on your actual map when you're zoomed in on a fight?
I feel like if the same sort of UI were just down in the bottom right, it says who's talking and it says if it's in squad, platoon, proximity, or outfit or command, and it just popped up when you're looking at the map also.
Makes sense.
That's
It does that.
perfectly fine by me if it just stays exactly the same but just showing up on maps.
Ah, yeah.
So my next question is, thank you so much for sharing that with Halian. Let's go to the next gentleman. Did you have a chance to basically add anything else, Keen, or are we going to move to the next individual?
Actually, I had an idea that came up too.
What's up?
This is a separate topic from ESFs. This is just add in a few UI customization options, such as UI scaling, being able to rearrange it a little bit more than beyond a few setups of where you can change the design, but not exactly where it's placed on your screen, and just be like a quality of life change.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Just adding that one.
Well
Yep.
said. Thank you
That's
so
all
much,
I
man.
got. I got to get going.
Take care. Thank you so much for Keen.
Take
And
care.
if you guys
Take it
don't know
easy.
about Keen, he's gonna start an Instagram cinematography. Would you like to tell anybody about that?
Yes. One of the things I have done for
Can
a
you share that
long
DM
time
if you don't mind, so I can actually share that to everybody?
It should still be in the links. I cannot do that right at the moment.
Perfect.
I'm on a phone, so.
No problem. I'll go in the links then.
What I do is I go in through games and I try and do my best to use what tools are in the game to eliminate all the HUD and just take a raw photo or try and take a raw video of in-game play. So I did that for Destiny, for Intruder, for some Star Wars Battlefront. Currently, I'm doing it for Planetside too, and it's been a lot. I just go in, try and edit it, and then I post it. And I just started an Instagram for posting that stuff, and right now I'm focusing on Planetside too.
Sounds good, man. Thanks so much for having that happen. I found your link. Make sure you post under self promotions general channel. That is a self promotion style. Instagram is exampled of in a self promotion. If you have a Twitter account, if you have a YouTube account, you have a Twitch stream account, self promotions and RCTV Discord is the place to do it without being frowned upon. If you are posting a media link, typically on Planetside 2 channel, or a media link like YouTube or Twitch links, those are like your YouTube broadcasting information, or your media link, for instance, like Twitch clips. And if you have specific photos from Instagram, you can share that as well. But your Twitch main page should be also posted on self promotion. You can do both. Thank you very much, Keen, for stopping by. Always a pleasure having you and helping Planetside 2 grow in a different way. I appreciate that, man.
Thank you, and I'll take care of that when I get the chance.
Sounds good, buddy. Take care. Have a good night. And we are going to move over to Adele. Adele, what about you, buddy? Anything you want to add?
I'm going to spew a very popular opinion that I've seen on Reddit, and that's bringing back orders chat. Giving squad or platoon leaders the ability to broadcast the entire faction, hey, this needs to be done. As controversial as it might be, I remember when I was a new player, I would always hunt for the biggest fight, just who has the most people, not necessarily what's the most logical fight to go to that will help the faction. And a few times that has given me direction, I do recall. So that's I don't know what you guys think of that, but I would like to see that brought back.
I get two people to comment on that. Let's make sure you say your name first.
So Dim Giant here. Oh,
no, we have Halien and Dim Giant.
I actually got to head out of here.
Thank you so much, Halien. Have a good night, and please tell everybody who you are and what you're up to, in Planetside and your social media accounts.
So I'm Halien. I am one of the leaders of the Wild Cards, and I stream on Twitch sometimes. Sometimes it's Halien, INVDR, short, like the abbreviation of Invader. You can catch me on there. You can go ahead and follow me. I think I have my Twitch somewhere linked in Arshies. I can link it there again in his Discord. But yeah, catch me in game. We always have public platoons. We're a Connery outfit, VS, so you can always find us and join us in our public platoons almost every
Sounds
night.
good, man. Thank you so much, and have a great night. And thanks for stopping by and being super respectful and positive for everybody here. Thank you.
I have a question for you, Halien, real quick.
Oh, there you go. Not soldier.
Were you the person that was doing all the training for the wild cards and such to get them a bit better at the game? Because I heard that there was someone in wild cards that was doing that, and I wanted to say thank you very much because you bring much battle.
So
Much battle, such fun.
I would say I haven't necessarily been doing training for people. I do platoon and squad training for people that want to learn how to squad and platoon lead. But for a while I was the only person really stepping up for platoon, and I've heard a lot of feedback from a lot of different people that they saw a lot of changes in the outfit, just in accountability and stuff. In being able to depend on the wild cards. But when it comes to specifically training people, yes, no, maybe inadvertently if people are platoon leading and I know that they're newer at it, and I'll be giving them tips and tricks just because I know that's what they need, because that's what I needed in the beginning. But I wouldn't say I've been doing training very much, but that is something I am doing now that I have more free time.
Because I've noticed the wild card skill, as a player base, is just steadily increased, and it's great because battle.
Yeah. I think I may have ignited something in the group of people at large where we had a large leadership lull, just stuff that's happened in the outfit. We were kind of left with some holes in leadership, and I think I came in and I filled it, and I think it was just um, the catalyst for more people to finally believe in themselves and step up, and it's just progressively gotten better.
Sounds good. That's awesome. I'm proud of you guys, man, for making that happen. And Halion, thanks for stopping by. And everyone, basically, say goodbye to Halion. And I appreciate you. Anytime you want to come by, please add more of your influx. If you want to bring any other wildcard outfit leaders or representatives, feel free to have them stop by anytime.
Okay, thanks for having me.
Of course.
I'll talk to you soon.
For sure.
Hey Archie.
What's up, buddy?
I've also got to head out.
Thank you so much, Halo Conspiracies. You want to tell everybody about your outfit and anything like that before you go?
Well, like actually, because like I'm planning to be back. I'm planning to come back, but I gotta go like now.
Sounds good. Take care, buddy. We'll talk again soon. And he left. So Adele.
Yes, on the subject of that, going back to where we were, the
Yes.
Dim Giant from the Dim Giants
Thank
Army.
you, Dim Giant.
So I feel like SitRep pretty well handles the basics of what Orders Chat once did. My thing though is like I really like what Orders Chat could allow people to do. It allowed people to be a bit more silly and bring a bit more character and culture to something that could be a bit too easily abused. So I feel like if you brought something back like Orders Chat, it would behoove the devs to create some sort of like base level requirements to at least make it less likely to be taken to extremes like it was in its last days before it got taken out of the game.
Like in 2013.
Oh yeah, no, I did love the personality that Orders Chat brought. It wasn't just as simple as reinforcements needed at here. It's like
Right.
hey, person that is on the leaderboard of this base has the biggest dick. Go there and see who has it. Something like that. Oh, I forgot you're streaming. Sorry.
It's good. It's
But-
okay. That's like that's the biggest.
Leave it on
That's
post.
it. Bleeps. We're gonna
But
fix
like,
that, right?
there would be stuff like that, and I thought that was,
Go ahead and cancel
like,
that.
I guess at the time, funny contextually at least.
That's awesome, man. Thank you so much for that. I know Dim Jam. We're gonna get right to you. I want to see what your topic debate is. Adele, did you want to add anything? I'm just going from top to bottom. Anything that you want to bring up for the entire squad and everything like that for debate questions or any ideas or thoughts or want to.
You can come back to me if I have anything.
Sounds good. Let's go to Dim Giant. Dim Giant, thanks for being patient, man. I appreciate it. Would you like to add on to questions that were sent earlier, or you want to start another debate question?
There was one thing I wanted to mention about air to ground. So I personally am obsessed with the air game because I was a kid in the 90s who played LucasArts big old like flight sims back when TIE Fighter was a big thing, X-Wing Alliance and all that stuff. So when I found that on this game, I just lost my shiz and I fell completely in love. However, despite my clear and obvious bias, there's no question in my mind that the tower turrets that are associated with each base that has anti-air defenses probably need to have their range extended, because there's been more than one or two times where I've gone to defend against just like one or two ships that are like barely out of range, and I haven't been able to do anything about it while they slowly beat away at the base with the perfect range just outside of the ability of the turrets to fire at them. And so I feel like that would be a nice change. I don't know enough to really say what would be an ideal change for all the other ground air to ground problems, but I think just extending the range of that by like 50 to 100 meters would be a huge help. And I also feel like a lot of the problems we're discussing here, like I mentioned earlier in the chat, are problems that are mostly fixed by Planetside having the population the game is supposed to have. Like a lot of the issues that are associated with defense, especially when each base is populated with enough people to participate in the battle, I've noticed there's almost always a residue of defenders left over to protect a Sunday or to take notice of a group of attackers coming in before it's too late. Whereas we're used to like 12 on 24 battles where you can get away with a lot of crap because the game wasn't meant to be played with lots of 12 to 24 player battles. And so, like, to me, my solution to so many of Planetside's personnel issues is just fill up the servers, advertise the game more. I think that would be a much simpler solution for a lot of issues than trying to rewrite the code to adapt the game to be something it never was meant to be.
Makes sense. Does anybody want to elaborate on that before I move to the next individual?
I'm just gonna say one sentence or two words about it. Me, Grug think Metal Bird bad and nerf Banshee. And that's all I have to say.
Yeah, the Banshee. Yeah.
They're supposed to have a
Like-
comparison. You have the Airhammer, PPA, and the Banshee. The Banshee's better than all three of them. And
Yeah,
I will
no,
fight.
It
I will
is by
box anyone
far.
that
I've
disagrees
played
with
the
it.
air to ground game heavily on all three factions, and I can safely say the Scythe has like the most pathetic air to ground weapon on its nose. The Reaver has a pretty good one, and then the Banshee is just out of control good. It is so easy to get 60 kills in 2 minutes.
Oh my
with
God.
that. It is insane.
Oh my God.
And admittedly, that's with like the best players on the Banshee, but they have a great advantage, and you can shoot that thing from a little bit further away than you can with the Scythe weapon and the Reaver weapon.
That's awesome, man. Thanks for guys including all that info. We don't know how to balance it yet, but those are some good questions. And if you want to see some changes on those things, make sure you guys think about how to act as a developer and player to make it even and as equal as you possibly can, because we don't want to just
Sharpen
keep
the damage
changing
fall off.
things. And every time you do a patch update and fixes, it frustrates somebody out there, and that's going to basically make more people leave. We're not going to get new players to come in, so we only want to do those changes. And I think majority of those changes, guys, I'm being honest with you, is going to happen when we go see it live on Outfit Wars. Outfit Wars is probably going to be the ideal space where everything's going to be slowly updated for that space. And so the reason why I know about this is because I play other games like StarCraft 2 back in the day, and they only fix updates based on Grandmasters level play, because that's literally something you have to adjust if you want to actually have fairness. But then it screws over new player play. Like everybody who's a new player playing this game, all you have to do is build Marines and throw them at a Zerg army. If you have 15 Marines, the game's over if the guy does not know how to do a surround. And so that's an example of how overpowered it is for new players to have to deal with that strategy. But what the older players, that's a very easy counter for them. So it's very hard to balance Grandmaster level and new player experience. So that's a tough debate to always be in. Thank you, Dim, for that. And we're going to go to Enzak. Enzak, do you have any new topics we want to talk about?
New topics. Let me see. Yeah, basically, right now there's a huge increase in players, right? And
Mhm.
I think all the bases in the maps are just not designed for huge player counts. Like fighting with 200 people on an infantry bridge is just not what it's meant to be. And then there's like one box where you can hide behind with all your 100 like friends. There should be more cover, I think, more adapted to the amount of population we have now. So like a quick fix could be just putting boxes more spread out over certain areas, because like you have, for instance, TI alloys and all those other like kind of bad bases, and then if you compare them to Nason's Defiance, for example, Nason's is like one of the better big bases because it has a lot of cover everywhere.
Makes sense.
Like,
Makes sense.
yeah,
I see
that's what
Nason's
they should do.
Defiance, and I see a lot of fights at Gurney Dam. It's just a lot of fun to see those fights happen. It's just so hard to balance it correctly, to say like, hey, there's too many people walking through and you're just getting farmed, and that's the whole point. We don't want to open up more freeways. This isn't the livelihood of our players in game, because you're just rubbing shoulders with people. We should think new strategies versus throwing away infantry or opening up the walkways for more infantry-based combat. You should basically be spreading out. So we need to figure out ways to get people to not be influencing one space for too long.
So in short, I would just say add more cover. There's just too many players all over the place that just there's no place to hide from being shot by some like BR 100 professional gamer.
True. True. But I don't know exactly how much cover is going to basically piss them off, and then they're gone. So we need to get them to. We need them to be happy. We need to make new players happy.
The right amount. So battle flow would be like a big.
Something they brought out, actually. They brought out new cover in the new update. It's the Celestial Shield. And so I think that's going to be huge. I think that's a good implementation without pissing off veteran players, and new players get a chance to taste what it looks like to show up with an outfit with that shield on place and then actually take over spaces without having to run through a walkway and getting pot-shotted by mag riders and scythes and everything and liberators. So it'll be very interesting to see how that works for 6 minutes and how much that changes everything.
As a veteran player, I can in fact say that anything that stops Metal Bird from killing Grug, me like.
It's awesome. Sergio, do you have any new topics you want to talk about?
I said in the chat earlier that we should get a DLC for Planetside where we replace the VS, NC, and TR voice actors with Sirius, Dim, and Faber.
Nice. Tell me more about that.
So they just go and redo all the voice lines. So you have people that are influential or Pale Titan. Oh, all right, never mind. You get
C word in every call.
you get big influencers,
Yeah.
people who have a lot of sway in the faction. There are some people that are bigger than Dim and other things on other servers, but just make it like a voice pack, like they have the infantry voice packs and stuff like that.
How do you deal with my question is like I'm gonna bring up a different topic and it's gonna be very difficult to manage. I'm gonna test it here on stream and see how quickly it's gonna get destroyed. Oh God. Maybe I should bring that topic up, especially as my Twitch streamer. Let's talk about examples of owning a company. If you have a company that wants to display a specific behavior, which means like you want a specific type of atmosphere for your company, and then there's other people that want to come into that company, and when it's open to everyone, how do you deny someone's entry? Is it through resumes? Is it through experience? Is it through subscription counts? That's an example of that style, because right now we're dealing with, hey, these guys are influential to Not Soldier, but to other people's communities, Halien's a very influential in the wildcard community, and then you've got Mukos, who's very influential in his server and his community. And so, like, what if they do voice packs and it just doesn't work out well, and they don't like it? Do we just let everybody have voice packs and you can just buy it at your own timing? So there's like hundreds of content creators with their voice packs and just let them pick whatever they want, or do we only
That would
stick
be
to
a fun thing you could do by opening up the player studio again.
The reason why I gave like those three specific is because there are three specific people from almost entirely different servers, and they're, if you say, hey, Dim Giant, if you say that name to almost anyone on any server, they'll know who it is. Unless they're Soltec, but no one cares about Soltec. That's quarantine.
Sounds good. So let me bring Simple Nubs in here, because I want to basically give him a chance to have his voice heard. Anybody that actually has the opposite side of the coin, I want to get them both in there. So you have recursion for voice packs. That's what Simple Nub said. I have to say, Simple Nub, if we open up player studios, I'd like to get recursion voice packs into Planetside 2, so everyone can have something really cool to have while you live stream. And when you live stream or when you're playing the game, it just adds flavor to your game. It's like listening to music and having your own personal voice packs that you want. I think that Not Soldier started with a good implementation, and then opening it up to everyone, giving anybody a chance to add their voice pack in there and send it in, so that way they can check that to double check to see if there's any racist slurs in that voice pack, and then apply them. And you can actually purchase them with Daybreak Cash. That's not pay to win features. Everybody now has a voice pack for what recursion voice pack does, and also in-game V6, V5, V4 styles and stuff. I think that would be hilarious to see in the future. Right now, not for the next update, but these are just fun talks, so don't worry about it.
Also, the recursion voice packs just change like the sounds you get for a kill and stuff. I'm talking like
we're talking
whenever
about
whenever you take a base, like whenever those voice actors, like the big. The official announcers for the faction change.
I think it'd be great to pick your. I think it'd be great to pick your own. Like that means there's probably like a list of them that you can pick, and then there's the default one. You can pay for Sirius's voice pack in your game. It doesn't have to be forced for everybody here.
On my TR.
I think that's a great marketing strategy, Not Soldier. That gives opportunity for people to go and spend money away from just certs and gear and have some fun. Oh my God! I just found Chuck Baller. I cannot believe what's the rare chance of that happening. Chuck Baller, streamer, it's happening right now live, and he's gonna die. Sorry, Chuck, he just died on stream.
Nope, he's going.
Oh, he's still going. I thought he died.
Oh no, stream delay. Sorry.
Oh, got it. So sorry. That's like, oh no.
I saw him jump off that cliff.
That was pretty funny.
I just think Daybreak Games should just open the player studio again. It was a good way of them making money, influencing. I can't think of the word. Community interactivity. Like us as a community could put forward some good ideas or decals or stuff like that.
Right, and that's when Player Studio comes up, and I think Dim Giant actually offered a really good say on that. When that comes up, they have the resources to handle that much inquiry. Guys, understand, I sat here as a Twitch streamer, you know how small I am, and I had to read over probably 100 pages of Word documents from people's questions and give them my feedback to tell them, can you please send it back to me after I've read everything in a clear, concise fashion. And imagine if the developers have to go through that times 100. And so it's not easy for being Justin's position. It's not easy being all these other people's positions. And so I'm just saying, like, that's why we only have 30.
You actually right now. You have to beat Rel. I love Rel.
Yeah.
Like
If anyone has a developer in their back pocket on contact, I have a ticket open asking about the state of Player Studio and if they do plan on reopening submissions, and also just sent an email to their Player Studio email because before the layoffs, I had a response saying that they planned on reopening it end of last year, early this year, like sometime. So I just want to know if that was like still a thing they were doing. But obviously with restructuring, plans might have changed. So I don't know if that's going to be something that will even be revisited yet.
I see.
But I
So-
would like to know it. But I'm still waiting for a response on that.
You're waiting on a response exactly from what? You want to see if Player Studios is coming back? Is that the question?
If Player Studio submissions are so what's happening now is in the Player Studio Discord, existing artists, when they're submitting new things like helmets and camos and armor, their stuff in the queue has been there for like 2 years.
Okay. I think
Like,
they're going to have to eliminate all of it, in my opinion, and then reopen it from fresh because 2020 is going to be fresh.
So they
I know
haven't accepted any like new
Right.
content from existing creators, and on top of that, they're not accepting new creators.
Right. I think that the biggest thing is that they don't have the
Yeah.
resources for it. That this new patch is a make or break to them. They know for a fact that you guys will praise them till the ends of the world, or you will kill them if they screw up this update. So they have to really focus on that. But I know Player Studios is important for us to continue seeing growth in the game. Right now, this update is the moneymaker for both us and the developers. So I would recommend them focusing on bug fixes and focusing on making that smoothed out and making sure anything that's overpowered gets adjusted quick. And you're not sitting there with a Citadel shield that lasts for 17 hours because it's bugged. And now you have 40 you have hundreds of them all over the place. And so you get the idea what happens.
I'm just scared that this patch is gonna be like every other patch that was this big. in
Totally
Player
understand.
Studio,
Everybody
where it's
should
just gonna
basically feel that because you guys have a loss
50
of trust.
bugs.
And so when you have trust issues, it's very hard to give trust back. And then one of the key features on that is time. Time helps heal trust. And also a new way of communicating will help people see that, hey, I have adjusted my lifestyle. I learned a lot as an adult. And give me a chance to show you guys my new skill sets that I've just received. It doesn't mean because one person lied today cannot be truthful in the future, because everybody doesn't start off with those techniques and those skill sets. You keep growing as a human being. Don't stop. And I've seen Rogue Planet do a fantastic job of communicating to content creators, giving me a chance to go physically see them at such a short time. And just, they love you guys. They are opening it up. They described it. They said it word for word in Twitter that they are going to be transparent with what they do. And great job. I'm not trying to, whatever the terminology, it's called shrill or something like that, or another stuff.
Shill.
I'm not doing that. I did see
I
it
mean,
personally.
Andy has my vote of being a competent. What is he? He's
Good question.
the
I
person
don't
who
want to make it
overcharged
up.
everything.
Right. And he basically represents lead, and then you've got other lead.
Let's probably not talk about competency of staff.
No,
He's
he's just a good person. I follow him on Twitter. I'm on.
Just kidding. I've got about 7 minutes left. I got to go get something to eat, and then I've got my outfit spotlight with CIK today in an hour and 30 minutes from now. And I got to go and get them warmed up, and I got to go get something in my stomach before I sit here for the next 3 hours spotlighting them, and then I'm going to do an overview with them. If you guys want to come back after that overview and talk about some cool questions, feel free to do so. I will open it up to everyone again after I spotlight CIK. We'll be with a new friend, an old friend who was part of AFX Aftershocks. His name is Beef Up My Kung Pao. Was one of the people I helped train into being platoon leading, and I can't wait to see him again. I know that there messages back and forth between how he runs his outfit, around he runs his platoon. He's a great friend to me, and I hope you guys respect him when we're actually doing that stream. Other than that, do you guys have anything to say in actual voice chat here, guys? Murderface, anybody else I didn't basically call upon?
I'll respect him for you, Archie, and that's it.
I appreciate that, Notch Soldier. As long as you maintain that, me and you will go way places, man. We'll go anywhere you want. I'm just kidding. No.
Senpai,
notice
me?
By the way,
I have a science team.
I was trying to get the Discord to like spam his chat with the word milky.
Oh no. No,
Yeah.
don't do that, Adele.
Your voice is really
No.
So if you're watching, type
Don't be
Milky,
doing that. Don't listen to
he
Adele.
loves that word.
Oh,
He loves
okay.
it.
No, I don't.
I mean, look at his
I don't.
face. Come
Oh
on.
my god. Let's give Dim Giant a warm welcome, man. I'm looking forward to seeing it. When do you see it? Sorry for calling you out right now, but I'm gonna do that. Would you see yourself streaming anytime soon, or what's going on next with you? And let's go and finish it off with Dim Giant.
The Planetside project, all of our YouTube work, and the stream will go up tentatively 1 week after the update.
I
We
would
want to
say-
help keep the momentum alive, so we're hoping to like launch rather than going at the same time the update goes live and putting too much fuel on the fire. We're gonna go a week in, so that ideally we're pushing momentum forward at a time when it might be about time to flatline and keep it going forward.
That was
And
good,
I'm
buddy. Thank you so
excited
much.
for
I
that
just
to
saw
happen.
T and Bing just say something right now. Thanks for that basically shout out right there. And at the same time, Dim, just to throw out there something for Dim and everybody who's listening to this, even if he says it's a week after the update, he's going to spend that week thinking about when's a good release timing. So we're looking forward to seeing what he's going to do. And so that way, don't depend on him as saying you said a week. It's very hard being content creators. It's very hard being a developer of a company. It's very hard to say specific dates, but that's what you need. You need that transparency. So give him a chance to readapt and look at the notes and look at what's currently happening in game. And when he's ready, he'll post it. And that way he's confident. He's giving you exactly what the developers did. Their confidence and what they believe is what they want to represent themselves. And so thank you, Dim, for making Planetside 2 great again, and everyone around you and everyone who's listening in. And
No problem.
I'm not joking, man. Thank you. And anybody else wants to add before I head out?
Have you talked to Sirius yet? In a serious in a serious like manner, Archie?
I have.
So
Me
funny.
and Sirius actually had a voice chat. It started with Spiffy connecting with us, and he started the idea of giving him hamster food and getting him coffee, and we went from there to make those gifts happen and say to the developer staff, tell everybody from Planetside, Rogue Planet Games, that this is from everybody from Planetside 2. We all are cheering you on. We all love you, and cheers. And we did a cheers together, and I did a toast and telling them, guys, if there's any feedback coming your way that you don't like, content creators like myself want to support you. Don't take it upon yourself to feel like you are a new Rogue Planet individual. The community for Planetside 2 is very, very vocal, and they're very passionate. So they might say things that you could be offended, and it could be making you very scared to do your job. So don't worry, we're here to support you, and we're going to bring as much positivity to you guys as possible. And that's why we're giving you these gifts. And we don't want anything in return but your energy and your smiles. And thank you. And they looked at me back. They all freaking laughed. We had a good time. And I think that really helped you guys. Honestly, you guys going to showcase your positivity has given us the opportunity to see them speak out back to us. And so thank you guys for making that happen. That was my opinion.
Another important question, Archie.
Of
Did you ever
course.
figure out what the name of the hamsters are?
I don't know what the hamsters are. I just gave the hamster food and they all laughed. I was like, what? Why am I the only one that doesn't understand this joke? And then finally somebody DM me telling me it's to feed the
Speaking of
servers.
food, let's get Archie off
I'm gonna
here so we
eat,
can
man.
some
I'm gonna go
dinner.
get some to eat. You guys are so freaking cool. Thank you, Dim, and everybody else. I hope you guys get a chance to stop by and check out CIK and TR Connery. And I do outfit spotlights for every outfit. It doesn't matter how small or large you are. You can go sign up on a Discord. There's a Discord space where you can tell your outfit leaders to go and sign up your outfit. And that will give you a chance to be spotlighted. So if you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, show up an hour and 30 minutes from now. My voice will change into an Alistair version. I'll give you a sample of it. I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be taking out CIK. So it's going to be really hyper. It's going to be really intense. And some majority of the time, I'm going to basically express players' viewpoints. So I'll be like... So that's the kind of thing you're going to see an hour and a half from now. This was more structured. This was more professional. And I gave everybody a chance to come in here and hear their opinions. And so when I do outfit spotlights, I go pretty much full, you know what I mean? So
Basically, you're going to loosen your tie.
yeah, I'm probably going to take this off too. And I'm going to keep this shirt to represent the TR, but its tie is going to go away. But other than that, I don't have a TR shirt yet. I don't have a NC shirt to represent or a VS shirt when I do those outfit spotlights. So hopefully I can get like a custom shirt made for myself or something. We'll see how it goes.
Rogue Planet, make merch.
Well, yeah, make merch so I can buy it. Don't send me stuff. Is this guy really showing up in the middle of nowhere? What is it? Is it happening right now? Oh, okay. It's targeting soon. Okay, I'm sorry. I just kind of gave you away. All right. So let's go ahead and end that. Let's go ahead and move this over just chatting window. Let's bring this down. And I just want to tell everybody, thank you guys for stopping by. You guys have been fantastic. Thank you so much for the follow. Salty Banana 69. Don't be salty. We got you some pepper. I know there's a salty night out there. They'll teach you all about some sprinkle of pepper. We got Orkney 123. Thank you so much for the follow. And Thorn of War. Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate that, guys. Again, I'm signing out. Everybody in the Araxis, or whatever you want to call yourselves. Planetside 2, thank you guys for stopping by. And viewers who don't know what this game's about, it's a first-person shooter, MMO, FPS game, and sandbox arena. And it's unbelievable. Not arena, like Battle Arena. No, it's a massive continent, and you can switch between continents. It's not like a extremely open world where you can fly your vehicle to different continents. It's really cool, map-based, but the map is gigantic. It houses about 1,200 players at the moment, or maybe it's housing 900. I will have to find out more details on that. But other than that, thanks, guys. Thank you so much, Murderface, for stopping by and sticking around. Adele, Jim Giant, Enzak, and Not Soldier. Take care.
Goodbye, my socialist senpai.
Yeah, thanks for having us.